RPG for You and Me presents Neon Heat, a duet actual play podcast using the Savage Worlds rule set in our custom cyber fantasy setting. Thank you for joining us, and welcome back to Caldonics.
Previously on Neon Heat, Athena finds a drug-addled and sleep-deprived Zadal collapsed on the floor of her apartment. She takes him up to her bedroom to get him someplace safe and keeps him company as he desperately tries not to fall asleep. She finally receives a note from Tuca with an address to meet and talk, which turns out to be Tuca's family home, now in disrepair. Tuca leads her to a basement cave dojo where Athena lets her in on the full scope of the conspiracy. Tuca reveals another piece of disturbing information about yellow eyes in the tunnels. Their conversation is cut short by a Pantheon agent who delivers troubling messages to both of them. A fight breaks out with the hitmen sent by Suzette Olivier, and Tuca is left bleeding out and fighting for her life as the messenger, Hermes, flees from the scene, leaving a business card in his wake.
Athena, when we last left you, you were in the basement of Tuca's childhood home in a hidden sub-subterranean dojo. The mysterious messenger had flicked his business card at you, disappeared back up the tunnel, and left you to see to your gravely wounded friend.
That's about where Athena's at right now.
Now, at the end of the last episode, as part of the last round of combat, you multi-actioned to take out the last remaining people, and then also to perform an untrained healing roll on Tuca to try to help her, not die, which you succeeded by dumping a lot of resources into it. So healing rolls actually take 10 minutes per wound out of combat.
Okay.
So you already made the roll for it, and because we were ending at a dramatically appropriate moment, we're picking up right there. Tuca is still in front of you. She's been perforated by numerous icicle shards, mostly in her legs, some of them in her shoulders, her neck and head. She did manage to protect her torso thanks to the rounded Captain America-style shield that you created out of one of your bracers and tossed to her before speeding away.
And abandoning her.
Your words, not mine.
Athena would like to continue through her 10 minutes of healing by making just a nice little pair of metal...
Like tweezers or...
Yeah, little metal
forceps,
tweezers.
maybe?
Yeah, something like that, and just pulling out these little icicles.
Okay, yeah, I think...
Because she thinks that's probably pretty bad for her. They're not good with cold.
Yeah, one of the Karnak racial hindrances is a weakness to cold and ice. They get a -4 penalty to any kind of fatigue-related rolls when cold is involved, and any kind of ice-related attacks against them get a +4 to their damage.
That's punishing.
Especially as the surface was covered in ice
so
for
many
quite a long
just
time.
Died.
But anyway, yeah, so over the course of 10 minutes, you can certainly use those forceps to methodically remove ice shards from Tuca's flesh. The blood flow had been slowed because of the cold, so that might have assisted you a little bit in removing all of these foreign objects. And of course, they begin to melt as you're doing this too, so that makes them a little easier to dislodge.
Slippery little bastards.
You managed to get all of the icicles out. You previously had said something about a tourniquet.
I think you said maybe one of her legs was more fucked up, so she wanted to cinch that as well as she could.
Her legs had taken the brunt of the fire because they were unprotected. Let's say you've removed all of the ice shards and she is now just bleeding a little bit.
Just a little bit, that's good. Athena wants to get her out of here and hopefully back to her apartment where maybe Pavi can be there and helping, possibly. She doesn't know where Pavi is, but...
Sure. So as you're removing these shards, perhaps her natural Karnak regeneration factor assists in kickstarting her body again. After you finish pulling all of them out, after another moment or two, she does groggily blink awake, raises her head to glance around the room with a
Hey, how you doing?
I'm real cold.
She puts her jacket on her.
Brings a claw up and pats it a little bit. Everything okay? Do we get them?
Yeah, they're super dead. I'm really sorry.
But
I thought they would shoot, because I thought that was their boss. It wasn't their boss. And I left you, and now I'm gonna get you fixed up when you feel like you can move.
oh, it's all right. I had worse.
Well, that doesn't... I think she shakes her hand, internalizing that for later.
Damn cold.
I know.
No, chills to the bone. Oh, my legs hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna carry you if that's alright. Because you really shouldn't be walking on right now, I don't think. You got a lot of... She does like one of these open hand circles pointing towards her legs. You got a lot of blood happening.
Oh, she pushes herself up on her elbow to look and grimaces as she looks at all these holes that have been punched up and down her calves and thighs. Oh, that looks nasty.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Oh, better cover it up, though. Points a hand over to a cabinet off to one corner, over by the weapons and stuff. There should be some bandages in there.
Okay, I'll go get them. And she does. She rummages, looking for whatever's in there.
There's a bunch of towels, rags maybe for mopping sweat. There's a first aid kit, basic provisions.
Cool. She will grab the bandages, as that seems more appropriate.
Wow, take a Benny for not taking food.
Well.
Tuka slumps to the ground as you're over there rummaging, but yep, you can get those bandages and without too much trouble wrap them around. Tuka will assist you in applying them.
Good.
To at least cover it up, and there's some spotting at first, but going back over the bandages, with a second, third layer helps to cover it up. It's at least not distinctly noticeable any longer.
Cool, good. It makes Athena.
Athena.
It makes Athena feel better. It makes Athena feel better to have it covered up at least.
So you don't have to look at her shame.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Cover your shame. She's pushed herself over to the wall so she can be sitting up while all of this is happening.
Athena's gonna frisk these dead fuckos.
Okay.
Want to see if they have any directives or anything on them.
Sure, go ahead and roll. If it's a search, probably notice. I'll say -2.
3!
It's a failure.
Shame.
I'm gonna stick with that.
I will spend 1 Benny.
I did just give you a Benny for not taking the food.
Was that serious?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
Athena's a glutton.
Well, here we go.
All right.
4. Benny well spent.
You take a couple of minutes to rifle through the remains of these guys. A couple of them are still smoldering from the electrical blasts that you tossed their way.
What are you gonna do?
There's a crispy smell in the air. It's partially burned flesh, but there's also the smell of burnout electronics.
Not a good smell.
No, yeah, it smells dirty.
Hopefully those ventilator fans down here will get that gone.
Most of them are not carrying anything. I think one of them probably has a smaller pouch on his person. You probably find a small amount of money, probably a mixture of cubes and surface credits, or whatever the fuck they have on the surface, because
Nice.
I don't know if we've...
Credits.
I think we've basically said they're credits. There's a PDA in the pouch. It appears that the PDA is offline, maybe due to electricity.
She'll take it anyway. She doesn't know how this shit works.
Sure.
She hired people to make the Pantheon website. She puts away the burnout PDA. Maybe she can get something out of that later.
Maybe.
She looks at Tuka and says, "Is there anything you want to take from here? Because we probably shouldn't come back if they know where to find you."
Tuka had been leaned against the wall, glancing around, sort of catching her breath. Deep heaving breaths, not moving too much. When you speak to her and say that, she definitely slumps against the wall a little bit more, hangs her head, her hair tendrils droop a little bit, and the white shifts to more of a gray, a muted tone. Yeah, you're probably right. And she looks around, runs a hand through her hair, and then says, I don't really think there's anything I can't live without. It's just stuff, you know. I didn't leave anything important here.
Have you been living here? Or is this more of a hideout?
Little column A, little column B. I don't really like living here, but it was safe. People didn't expect to see me. That's why I sort of didn't take care of it. Didn't let people know I stay here sometime. Safer that way. Less people know I own it, so...
It's a good idea.
Well, thank you.
And once we deal with Olivier, it won't even be a problem.
Yeah, once we deal with her.
And then maybe we can fix up the rest of it if you want.
Maybe. I think that's a problem for another day.
I'll help with that whenever. I like fixing stuff that I can actually fix.
It gets a smile out of her. Thanks, Athena.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, man. How are we gonna find Olivier?
The guy that left had to get that message from somewhere. I'm assuming that was Olivier. Sounded kind of like her sister. So...
Yeah, probably. Sent a hit squad with the ice weapons. Seems pretty targeted.
Ugh.
Well...
Do they normally come with that kind of equipment, or is this a first?
I mean, not usually, but I guess it depends on how much effort she's putting in. Sometimes I think she just messing with me, you know. Doesn't really expect it to work, like maybe she's just trying to make me suffer. So I know one of them messages was for me, but the other one was pretty much for you. There was a lot of talking about some important people.
Yep, sure was. I gotta say, pretty upset and pretty worried about all of that shit.
Who you think it was?
I didn't recognize the voice. It sounds like someone who knows me, and maybe I should know them, but I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, luckily, it shouldn't be too hard, because that guy kind of works for me. She wiggles the business card.
Don't that just beat all? Gotta lead at least.
I mean, I don't know if I should extort him for the information as Artemis or pay him for it as Athena. Guess we'll just cross that bridge when it's time.
I guess so. Oh, my legs hurt. Dang, I don't mean to complain. Thank you for helping me.
It's literally the least I could do.
I mean, you saved my life. Thank you.
You saved mine. We're square.
Yeah, I guess we are, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Straightens up and gives you a smarmy look.
She looks back not quite as smarmy because she's still really, really sad about what she let happen.
Sure. She starts to push herself up to her feet, which are a little shaky.
Athena would be there to support.
Yeah,
however she could.
At first, she is reluctant to let you help her, but then maybe realizes that she is more severely injured than she realized and leans on you more heavily. Thanks. I got an idea. And she points over to the rack of weapons. Grab me the one with the biggest half. Like the pole.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called? I don't know. The biggest pole.
The pole it is. Here I go.
Yeah. She'll lean against the wall as you grab, presumably, the
longest shaft.
Wink. All right. And holds out her claw for it.
Hands it over.
She doesn't extend the glaive to the full length, but ignites the blade and then quickly cuts through the pole and twirls it and stomps it into the ground, so it's more of a walking stick. This should make it easier. Won't draw as much attention.
That's true, but, I mean, you can be functionally invisible.
Not really.
Well, I could make you functionally invisible.
Well,
see, here's my plan. I was thinking I was just gonna get us some transportation so you don't have to walk on your legs.
I mean, that sounds good, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna take it with me, but I ain't gonna complain if you want to get me somewhere quick. But where are we going?
My place. If that's good with you.
I'm all right with it, but what if they try to find us there? I don't want them shooting up your house, putting you and your friend in danger.
I'd rather be in a defensible place with more people around who can help.
Yeah, that seems good.
Javi might be there. Zadal's there no, he's not taking a nap. We'll get into that shit later.
She quirks a brow ridge at you, but doesn't say anything. All right, that's fine.
We're gonna get you all fixed up. She nods very earnestly.
I know, I can do it myself in time. It just, takes a couple of days usually. Depends how bad it is.
She scratches her neck, thinking how useful that would be for her. She gets fucked up so much.
At least I didn't lose anything this time.
This time?
Well, I mean, she shrugs. Things get messy, I'm just lucky I can do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess we better get going. If you can do the invisible thing, that'd probably be best to just at least leave here.
Yeah.
Because, if they got people watching the outside too.
Oh, they almost assuredly have people watching.
Yeah, we'll all be careful.
So we're gonna be sneaky.
What are you gonna do?
Athena is gonna try and help her as well as she can through this spooky tiny tunnel.
Tuka will lean against you as you walk into your...
Fear zone.
The fear zone. Yes.
The fear zone.
Yeah, Athena is claustrophobic, so whenever you are in an enclosed space such as this narrow tunnel, you suffer a -2 to everything you do, I think it was. Go ahead and roll me spirit. See how you do with this.
4.
Maybe your heart rate picks up as you have to walk back into this dark, almost completely pitch black corridor, because it does bend, and you can see light up ahead, but...
Not much.
Not much. How are you supporting Tuka?
She's a little shorter, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, she's definitely shorter than you.
She's offered a steadying arm for her to grab onto.
Mm-hmm.
Crook and crook, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. And she'll take it, and she leans heavily on her walking stick now. I'm going to say that Tuka's at -3. She's still at 3 wounds, I'm going to say.
Okay.
Your healing roll will be to have stabilized her rather than healing a wound and to help wake her up. So what you've done is good, but she's going to need more. So whenever you have wounds, it counts as a penalty to every action you take, and it also counts as a penalty to your pace. Mm-hmm. So her normal pace is 8 because she has the fleet-footed perk, so she can normally move very fast. So she's actually at 5 right now.
Oh, man.
The standard movement for most characters is 30 feet per round, which is 6 inches of tabletop, because 1 inch equates to 5 feet, which in many other systems, such as Dungeons & Dragons, is like a square on a combat grid, so you can move 6 spaces. So you guys are reduced to maximum speed of 25 feet per round if you're going really fast. Not that matters right now, but to give you context. So yeah, she's able to hobble forward pretty well. During the tunnel, she's leaning more heavily on you, but by the time you get out of it, she seems to be more sure-footed, and you get to the stairs, and she plants the staff and looks up at them forebodingly.
Athena, jerks a thumb towards her back, as if to say, get on.
Glances at you and says, I don't know, I can walk on walls. You sure you want me putting my talons in you?
I've had worse wounds very recently, and these would be a bit deserved, maybe, so...
All right.
Athena piggybacks her up the stairs.
She climbs onto your back. She lets her legs dangle, so she doesn't, put her leg claws on you, but she hooks her arms around your shoulders and your throat and does her best not to choke you. Oh, man, my hero.
I do what I can.
You get her to the top of the stairs, you set her back down, you guys are able to do whatever now. The front door is ajar.
Oh, wonderful. Alrighty. So I'm gonna make us see through, and then we're just gonna get on out of here.
How long does invisibility last? Well, let's start here. What are you at power points wise right now?
4.
You're at 4 points.
So
and
I do need to spend a penny.
Okay, and what does it cost?
5.
Okay, so it costs 5, and then it's going to be...
Additional recipients is +3.
Oh, shit, so you need 8 to cast it even once. Okay, and it lasts for 5 rounds, right?
Seems like it, yeah. She just needs to get them out of the danger zone. So I have 9 total points right now.
So you can cast it, but you can't renew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be real honest. I don't know how long I can keep this up, because I used a lot of my juice downstairs. So if you want to hop on, and I'm gonna run as fast as I can out of here, but I can't keep it up for super long.
She leans heavily on the staff and looks to you and then looks out the door and heaves a breath. No offense to you, Athena, but you ain't a Bolt Bulig in terms of strength,
No.
So if you carry me, I think we ain't gonna be fast enough. I think we gotta chance it.
Okay.
I can muscle through it. We just gotta break line of sight. And
Do you know an alleyway we can duck down?
the exterior here, there are not very many tall buildings in this section of the city. You're basically in a row of townhouse-style apartments.
Okay.
2 floors tall, independently standing. This one is not connected to any others, but there are some that look like duplexes. The street itself is straight, so you could go left or right. It doesn't really matter. Either side will take you to another street that runs perpendicular to your current one, so it ends in 2 different T intersections, which also both have canals right next to them. So you've got bodies of water on both sides. The good news for that is there's not a lot of high places where they might be lurking.
That's true. You know, would they be able to get a gondola instead of like a rickshaw? If they're right next to 2 canals, I'm sure that that's used somewhat as transit.
Because you're in the very, very northern tip, I'll say that there definitely could be, but you're going to have to do a search to find one, and it's going to be at a penalty because of where you're located in the city. This is basically in the heart of the agriculture district, so there's not a lot of through traffic that comes up here. There's not going to be a lot of public transportation right where you are, so you're going to have to move a little bit to be able to find it, but yeah, you could try either one of those.
If there are people watching, they're probably going to expect them being us to cheese it to the highway stop just down the block, because that's the easiest way to get out. She wants to go the opposite direction, closer to the waterfront.
Okay. To give anyone that isn't looking at a map a good idea of what this looks like, the street is a straight line. On the east and west ends of the street are canals. To the east is a bridge that leads directly to one of the highway stops, as well as a large ranch area where there's agriculture. And to the west, one more block is the waterfront that leads out to the underground sea. So yes, you could go east to head to the highway stop, or you could go west to get closer to the waterfront district.
So we are going to go west towards the waterfront. Head on a swivel for either a gondola or a cart.
All right, we just got to make it to the end of the street.
Yep, that's all we got to do.
All right.
We can do this.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a distance that you need to travel in those rounds.
Okay.
And then I'm going to ask you to make a series of dice rolls to see if you're able to clear that length before your duration expires.
Sounds fair.
Okay. Roll to see if you can successfully cast invisibility.
Yes. 11.
11 is a success with a raise.
And it also cost me 1 less PowerPoint.
So it's a -6 to see you. Are you trying to be careful at all? Or are you just doing like a flat invisible sprint?
Invisible sprint.
Okay.
I could increase the duration once for both of us with this raise. Because I have enough points.
Oh, because it reduces the cost? Nice. Okay.
That'll give us another, 6 seconds. She pulls out her pocket sand, as it were. It's just metal shavings. And she twirls it into the air with her fingers, making it whip around both of them really, really fast. And it reflects the light until they just shimmer out of view.
Oh, I don't want to breathe any of this in.
You do not.
Tuka's incapacitated.
No! How did I forget Karnak are weak to metal bits?
Metal bits in their lungs. So you guys are both clear on the plan? All right, so we're going to say the block is 500 feet long. Her apartment's about in the middle, so you need to make it about 250 feet. Athena, the dust whirls out of your hand, cloaking you and Tuka in a whirling dervish of metal flakes, and you both shimmer and disappear from view. On your mark, the two of you spring into action and race out the already open door into the street waiting before you. So, Athena, you are able to move 30 feet normally, and assuming you are using your running, so you're taking extra action to run, you get to roll a d6 and add that to your roll.
4.
Okay, keep going.
Could I roll a notice? Be looking around onto rooftops or whatever the fuck, just keeping eyes peeled.
Yeah, I'm going to say that that will count as multi-action, so you're going to get a penalty to it.
Feels prudent, too.
I mean, you can. It's not going to make you run worse. You're just going to be worse at looking because you're flat out sprinting.
Gotcha. 3.
Well, they got a 2 on stealth. How do you look around? Where are you looking?
She's looking mainly at alleyways and rooftops.
Okay.
Just quick glances.
So there's a block of apartments on either side of the street. I think as you begin to sprint, you glance up immediately and you do see that there is somebody on the direct opposite rooftop that has a gun trained down at the doorway.
Good.
As you continue running, there is one person that appears to be at the end of the block, just looking down this way, just standing idly by. They're not holding any kind of big armaments, but they also don't look like your average passerby.
Right.
You know, the direction that you are running, there is one person at the end of it. And I would like you to continue making me some running rolls.
Another 4.
Number 4, okay. Number 3, go ahead.
6. That doesn't blow up, does it?
It does not. Nope, you can't blow up running.
5.
Damn, you're good at this.
She was on the run for so long.
Go ahead.
6.
Jeez, you killed it. Okay, do you want to roll for Tuca?
Sure.
Tuca's base pace right now is 5, so she's going to move 25 feet by default. She does have a D8 running die because of her fleet-footed type thing, so you can roll a D8 for her running.
6.
6. Go ahead.
8. 2.
Okay.
8.
Yeah, okay.
6.
Yeah, you guys are fucking speedy bullets here.
Well, you know, lives are on the line and they're ours.
Okay.
So
you're moving extremely fast. Tuca's not clunking the wood. I think she's just muscling through this. So you do hear some grunts of discomfort behind you as you guys are swirling forward. You near the end of the row, and again, there is one person who, as you get closer and closer, looks more and more suspicious and is clearly continuously looking down in the direction that you came from. What do you do as you get to the end of the row here and you feel your duration is about to expire?
oh boy. Just very concerned about that dude. Like, I'm imagining they're like row houses, so they all have a little alley between them.
Sure.
Maybe she just makes something metal jangle down there.
Okay.
Like some trash cans rattle together like someone bumped into them, so maybe they'll go check it out.
I like that. That's going to be... It's a test of some sort.
It seems like it.
I think it's a taunt because you're trying to distract him and get his attention somewhere else. So I'm going to say I'll let you use your spirit for this, and it's going to be contested by his smarts
Okay.
because of what you're doing. So go ahead. And this is going to be at a -2 because you're multi-actioning.
4.
You got a 1, so success. So you're trying to distract him,
Yes.
and you jangle some trash cans.
She knocks him over like someone's hurriedly running past them and cracks into it with their hip.
You make that happen. He immediately perks up. And as you've gotten closer, he appears to be human. He's got dirty blonde hair swooped over one side of his face, ruddy skin,
Oh, look back out.
and searching eyes. And you make the clatter, and he perks up and immediately starts to move in that direction. Walking in front of 2 of the row houses, you see him pull a pistol out of a side holster as he stalks in that direction and begins to raise it, peeking around down the alley, but you guys are already blasting past him.
Nice.
And yeah, you hear Tuca thumping along behind you.
She's just, you know how when you run and you haven't needed to run very much for a while and it just hurts in your lungs? That's where Athena's at right now.
Sure. So you successfully distract that guy. You break out of the row house area. The canal is right in front of you.
If there's a ladder or something, she's immediately down it onto the sub-canal little sidewalk, you know?
You can definitely find a ladder without too much trouble. And as you're doing all this, you can feel that the invisibility is starting to waver. Would you like to renew it, or are you going to allow it to drop?
I would like to renew it for both of us, just so we can completely get out of the line of sight.
You can definitely both make it to the canal. You hear a clatter as Tuca drops the stick below, easily scales down the wall. She doesn't need to use the ladder, so you climb down the ladder, and she's already at the bottom as you get there. You around here, right? Okay. All right, good.
All right, let's keep moving though, because
Sure.
that guy might be back.
Yeah, good idea.
Here we go.
Damn, my legs hurt.
I know.
And starts stomping along again, not taking as many pains to be stealthy as she's doing this.
It probably wouldn't be easier for you to swim, would it?
Oh, no, not especially. I don't think that would be too good for my leggies. They're bleeding, you know. Shouldn't let it might get infected, which, anyway.
Athena does laugh a little bit when she says her leggies.
My leggies hurt. Owie.
I love her so much.
All right.
plan is to get the fuck out of here.
You guys are down in the canal now, so you're definitely out of sight. There doesn't appear to be anyone down here lurking or otherwise.
Could I utilize one of my edges?
Sure, what do you want to do?
I want to utilize Streetwise to find on the DL transportation.
Okay. I was going to say, is there an underground gondola ring?
I don't know.
Oh.
There might be.
See,
There's so
I
many
like
canals.
that, though, for, maybe for smuggling purposes. Let's say that'll be another notice coming down to search, because your underworld knowledge would allow you to know the best places to try to find them in this section of the city. Go ahead and roll me a notice, including your Streetwise bonus, which I think is +2. I'm going to say it would have been a net -4 because of where you are
So
and
just
what
a
you're trying to
-2?
do. So yeah, just a -2 to
Let's
try to
see.
successfully locate what you're looking for.
Ooh, bad.
Okay.
I suppose in this time of stress, I use a Benny.
Okay.
Oh, worse.
Oh no.
Worse. Can't spend another Benny.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are running up and down the canal, the stone walkway right next to the lapping water with the salty, briny smell running down under a bridge. And you know that this area is often a hidey hole for people who like to move about discreetly, and occasionally there will be smugglers or maybe couriers that use it to get around without being seen quite as well. You don't see anybody here today. You do find an empty gondola, but there's nobody there. So you failed your roll to find a person with a gondola, but there is a gondola on its own.
Tuka, you know a fun thing about being a regulator is that
What's
if you
that?
need to appropriate some property temporarily, people are generally pretty cool about it. Get in the gondola.
You ain't gotta tell me twice, damn.
Alrighty.
Hops into the gondola, and I think by this point your invisibility is going to run out
Oh
again.
yeah, for sure. Just two visible ladies having a nice gondola ride.
Are you trying to be subtle about taking this at all, or are you just hopping in and pushing off and hoping for the best, or trying to be quiet, or...
Trying to be quiet, maybe not subtle.
Okay,
But if there's nobody else around...
that you can see. If you're trying to do it quietly, then roll me a stealth.
Okay.
And we will also be rolling a stealth for Tuka. This will be sort of a combined action for both of you.
7 for Athena.
Would you like to roll for Tuka?
Yeah. I'll roll this one.
She has a D8 in stealth. Her racial ability with the camouflage gives her a +1 when she's moving, but she's also at -3, so net -2 for Tuka's stealth.
8.
8, you say? Okay. This is going to be posed. Well, you guys get closer to the gondola. You hop in just as your invisibility begins to wear off. The metal particles fall away from all of you, and you're able to easily put them back in your pouch or reform them.
She just recalls it like a little tornado into her hand, and she crunches it, and it's a ball.
Shh.
And just puts it in her little pocket.
Oh, that's fancy. Look
Thank
at you.
I've been working on it.
Oh. As you're sitting here, you can hear there are voices from just above you in the canal, like just up on the other side of the lip from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Guy just
What are they
says,
saying?
yeah, just came over here to take my lunch. Gotta get back to it pretty soon. There's a light sloshing in the gondolas. Do they have wood down here? Do we? They don't have wood? What would they have made a gondola out of? Can't make one out of stone. Guess you could do metal.
Kayaks are like plastic.
Yeah, dull thud as the plastic material thumps against the
Polymer?
stone. Polymer? And there is a pushy stick. That's the scientific term, I think.
Yep. Tuka, I don't feel great about this, but we're not stealing it. And she puts up a finger as she slowly tries to get them going.
She puts her claws up in the air like, you ain't gotta convince me, dang.
Can you see what street we're on? Wait.
We, into water.
Well, yeah, but like, I want to bring it back eventually.
Oh, I can't tell from down here.
Fuck.
But, if you want to roll me a common knowledge to see
Are
if
we
you're...
like right under that bridge there?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, she'll remember.
Okay.
She'll remember where that bridge is.
Yeah.
Just bring
it's
it
like
back eventually.
Yeah. I would like for you to make me a boating roll.
Is boating a separate kind of roll?
It is a skill.
Oh, fuck. Didn't think this through.
Well, I mean, if you would have found a smuggler willing to take you, then maybe you would have used theirs, but you failed the roll, so...
Yep. 4.
Oh my, even with your untrained.
Yep.
Blew up that 4?
Mhm.
Nice, okay. You take the long pushy stick, feed it down into the canal and begin pushing off, and the boat starts to cut its way through the water with a dull thud. It's not too bad, you just use the stick to push, and the boat seems to go in the direction that you push. And occasionally it begins to list one way, but if you swap it to the other side and you push it, it fixes
Goes
it.
that way.
And then it starts to go that
Wow.
way. It's like a 1-2-1-2, and after a minute or two, you're like, yeah, I got the hang of this.
This is fine.
So yeah, you guys begin drifting southward, and it looks like this canal network eventually goes to the bubble. It's slow going, but
Can I request something?
what's that?
Do you think there would be like an ID tag on this boat?
Like his gondola license?
Well, yeah, because even to like go boating on like lakes here, you need a boat tag.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking maybe,
Unless he's a smuggler.
well, maybe he should have been seen by me.
You know what? I'm gonna rule that because you failed your roll earlier, no, there's no tag indicating who this would belong to.
Well,
It's the price on your conscience.
Tuka, did you find that tag? Is there a tag?
Tuka's just sitting there with the wood across her lap saying,
No,
The
good.
what now?
Is there any kind of ID? Is there a number punched in the side? Can you see anything?
She takes a moment to look around and then looks back to you, blinks, and shrugs. I don't know. I don't know much about boats, Athena. I spend most of my life underground.
I don't know much about boats either.
As you
But I do have
clunk into the
eyes.
wall. You clunk into the wall. It's just going to be a stretch of time as you navigate your way through the canals using your untrained boating skill. You're like, I could do this for a living. It'd be boring, though. And you're trying to go back to your apartment, is that right?
Yeah, I figure, what if they got off right by that highway stop?
Sure. So just a little
I feel
bit
like
further south.
that's far enough that maybe he can find his gondola again, and also is convenient for them to hop on.
Sure. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So you dock it underneath one of the bridges right by a highway stop, pull it up. No, there's probably not. Maybe there are little posts dotting the canal where you can tether the boat with a length of rope
I
or
have
chain.
something that I would love them to be.
Okay.
You might not have noticed this because I don't know if they exist there anymore, but growing up in the town where my grandma lives, they have these little hitching posts basically for back when there were horses,
Mhm.
and they have little horsey heads on them.
Ah,
But what if they were just little Domba head posts?
sure.
I think it's cute and I like it.
There's a cute little Domba head post that you can hitch this boat to. There's either a ladder or a stone stairway very nearby that you can take to get up onto street level, and you are right by one of the highway stops to be able to take the rail line.
All right, let's keep it nice and stealthy. We are fine. We are just two buddies having a night on the town.
Sure. I mean,
We should have a chat though about you think we could use this attempted hit as the reason you've been gone from the spire for a couple days? Because people been noticing. They asked me where you were, and I said you weren't at the island for sure, so you weren't there. Maybe you were in hiding because you knew something was gonna happen.
maybe.
Is that a good story for you to
I mean, it's all right, but why? If I knew something was gonna happen, why wouldn't I said anything to anybody?
I don't know. You were nervous? Didn't want to get people hurt? I don't know.
She
I don't know, Tuka.
bites her lip a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Sure.
It would make sense if you show up and you're a little hurt.
Sure. I mean, are you saying we tell them it was there and they go back and take a look at the bodies? Because, they can do, like, autopsies and stuff to tell when stuff happens, and we talking about a difference of a couple of days,
Maybe
so...
they got away. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Fuck, Tuka. I don't know.
I got that from how many times you've been saying it.
It's sometimes, you see,
Oh,
cover-ups are a process, Tuka.
you really do this a lot, don't you?
I don't endeavor to. It just keeps happening.
All right. Who been asking? Who been noticing I've been gone?
Roth asked me?
You say that, and some of the color drains from her scales. The brown goes to a...
Grayer brown, maybe?
Yeah. Her head tendrils droop and her eyes get a little wider. Roth been asking?
Yeah, he was worried.
Oh, damn.
Are you good?
Yeah, but if Roth asking, that means Lizette definitely knows.
Probably.
Oh, She just gonna ask more questions. It'll be fine. That's a Tuka problem.
Well, it's partially an Athena problem, so I'll help how I can.
We'll figure that out later.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as this conversation is happening, you guys are trudging your way up to the stop,
Yeah.
maybe waiting for the trains, and they're...
Keeping an eye out, being a little nondescript.
Go ahead and make me some stealth rolls.
One for each girl.
Yeah. Just to see how nonchalant you're making this appear.
Athena is 17 points nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
Tuka, on the other hand, is a 4 nonchalant. Oh, that's a 1 nonchalant then, isn't it?
2, because she gets -3 wounds plus 1 from a racial.
Does Tuka have a Benny?
Tuka has 2 bennies.
Could I use 1 Benny?
Sure.
One of Tuka's to reroll that?
Of course.
Because we put so much good work into getting out of there.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Yeah, you guys are the spitting image of nonchalance. It's at night. Most of the people up in here are just tired workers who are going home. This is not really an entertainment or business district right now, but it's going to take you guys a couple of stops until you get where you're trying to go anyway. So you're just going to have a long period of sitting and waiting and trying not to draw attention to yourself, but I'm just going to let your stealth rolls ride. Are you buying tickets or are you using your regular badge?
Well, you know, she just came into all this lovely cash. So I think she uses...
Paying with blood money?
Yeah.
I like it.
She doesn't want to keep it on her.
No, it makes perfect sense.
So she will
I like that.
deposit some cubes in the ticket booth and get some passes.
Oh, look at that. It's like it pays for itself.
Sure does.
Uh,
I think she just
awkward.
looks back at her like, what are you going to do?
Tuka shrugs with you. The train arrives. You guys are able to get on without any problems. It's not populated enough to give you any problems here.
You know, I bet around this part of town there are often wounded Cassians from the tunnels. Maybe this isn't that weird a thing to see here.
That's a good point. I like that.
Just a Tuka having a night out.
Sure.
Yeah, she's just gonna be amiable for a chat if Tuka wants to talk, but she also realizes that Tuka's had a fucking day because of her, so she's maybe a little more quiet than she would otherwise be.
The train hums to life, lifting up in the wub-wub of Corey energy as it pushes away from the metal tracks and begins to pick up speed and race to the next stop. You and Tuka are lounging maybe in the corner of a car with 2 adjacent seats, and her grip tightens on the staff, and there's sort of the straining of scales on whatever this half was made out of. I said wood earlier, but if they don't have wood down here...
Mushroom wood.
Mushroom, yeah, there we go.
They got those big mushroom trees
That's
we
right.
rarely talk about.
They do. That's where it comes from. There's the strain of scales on wood, and she says, "We gotta find Olivier. She just wrapped up in this. Things pointing toward her, trying to come after us. Well, trying to come after me. But I can't imagine she gonna be too happy when she finds out any more about you, although I don't know how she'd go about doing that. You got our sisters trapped in that crystal, you know."
Is it bad that I'm already trying not to use her as a bargaining chip?
What, a sister?
Yeah.
I mean...
It's a good chip.
Sure, what are you trying to bargain for?
You?
Why are we trying to bargain? This a woman who been trying to have me killed, Athena. You think talking her out of it because I killed her son is gonna work? You crazy?
People are weird.
Yeah, but this can only end one way. You know that, right?
I'm at a point in my life where I'm actively trying to find opportunities that don't end in massive bloodshed, despite what happened the other day. That wasn't my preferred way to go about it, but time crunches, you know how it is.
Yeah. Well, if you got a better solution, you know...
She lost her son. She lost her sister. She might not have any more family. But if we give her some family, in whatever form, as an olive branch, maybe that would be better. 'Cause I too like to stab problems. It is so much easier. But it might not be the best solution for this one right here.
I would like you to make me a persuasion. For modifiers, Tuka's preferred method is stabbing problems. Tuka is not at all happy that she has become a target for doing her job. Tuka is partially ashamed for killing him. I think, as you've learned, she has mixed feelings about that. Tuka is extremely angry that this person has continued to send kill squads after her that has both put her and other people in danger and has upended her life. Tuka looks up to you, or at least favors your opinion very heavily, and probably knows what you're saying makes sense even if she doesn't like it. This is gonna be at a -2 right now. It might have been more, but you drawing the familial comparison of, like, she just lost all of her family definitely resonates with Tuka, because Tuka also does not have much in the way of family. So that probably hit her a little hard too. But she's still very, very angry that this person is trying to have her killed over and over again.
Well, let me do a roll. 11 minus 2.
Oh, 9.
9.
Okay, that's a success with a raise.
Whew.
The whole time that you're speaking to Tuka, she begins to grip the staff tighter, and she's sort of wrenching it in her claws, peeling away some of the wood with her small talons, clutching it closer to herself. She's sort of folding in as you're talking, and then when you're done, she relaxes a bit and slumps in her chair and says, "Yeah, you're probably right. Damn. You're right, but she just keep trying to kill me. I mean, can I really trust that she ain't gonna do that? I mean, I've been on a run for a while now, but having to look over my shoulder is like second nature. I don't want to live knowing that could come back if she changes her mind, you know?"
We even get a whiff of her coming after you again after we figure all this shit out. And I
ain't gonna be any happier if you decide to fix this for me. This is my problem, Athena. You want to help me, that's
we can go
fine.
take care of it together, so you don't have to be alone.
Sure, that's fine. She looks out the window, still clutching the staff very tightly.
Athena wants to peer around the train.
What are you looking for?
I don't know, just people being weird.
Okay. You look down the train, there's a Yarrow woman sitting on the opposite end. She's got longer, spindly appendages, her 2 sets of spider-like legs poking out of her back. One of them reaches over the shoulder and turns the page of the newspaper that she's holding,
Nice.
and then, the leg goes down and scratches her ear before recoiling into her back.
At Disney World, the monorails have such a specific air conditioner smell. When you leave during the fireworks, there are less people there, so you're more easily able to get an empty monorail car to yourself, and just that clean, sweet, crisp air conditioning after being so muggy and stuff smells so good. I think that's what it smells like in the trains,
Nice, okay.
just to account for all the bodies,
Sure.
and the temperature fluctuations, but I think it's real nice.
Maybe part of that crisp smell is the ozone-esque crackle of energy from the quarry that is helping fuel all of this.
I
So
like
there's
it.
like a supernatural crispness.
Did Tuka put on Athena's jacket?
Yeah, she did. I think if you had offered it to her. Oh, it's your red jacket. I should have given her a stealth penalty. It's all right. She uses her camouflage to blends in with it. But yeah, I think after that conversation, Tuka is not feeling as talkative.
I mean, she does seem a little down in the dumps currently, so she might try to lighten the mood a little bit. Tuka, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
I spend time training. I like watching Shazad when I can. Try to go incognito as much as I can. Don't want to draw too much attention to myself because a lot of toppers start going now and you never know who's going to be in the crowd, and
Yeah.
I just don't want other people to get caught in the crossfire.
Do you think they'd really try it at the Shard?
I don't know, Athena. I mean,
It's just so hard to die there,
well, yeah,
Seems like a fool's errand.
that's true, but I don't know that this is really based in logic for her, and if she
Yeah.
was just trying to send a message and make my life harder, that'd be a pretty damn good place to do it. Shoot me somewhere where I can't die. So, I don't know, it's just hard going anywhere and being able to feel at ease. So, I guess the answer is spend a lot of time just thinking,
Worrying.
Do you like books?
Depends on the book, I guess.
How you feel about young adult fiction? She makes her hand in like a little rainbow in front of her as she says that.
She narrows her eyes and peers skeptically at you.
It's
That's
a nice escape from
oddly
your worries.
specific.
I'm just saying, you might like it. I have some if you want to borrow them. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a book.
Cool. God, you might not like it.
Wow, this is a ringing endorsement here.
Well,
You
it's
really
like,
changed my mind about all this.
I think she abandons this train of conversation, making herself look like a nerd.
What book series is that?
Punky Jorpster.
Punky Jorpster.
It's that young adult fiction she loves.
I remember, but we've not discussed that
We've
at
not.
all in character.
Well, because it's embarrassing for her.
Punky Jorpster. What can you tell us anything about Punky Jorpster?
See, it's about this kid who his parents disappear in the night. He's got to go find him. But what's he supposed to do? He's just one little kid until he finds out. He's pretty good at linked shit.
Gotcha.
Adventures ensue.
Punky Jorpster.
It really resonates with her, and it's a nice way to get out of her brain.
Yeah, safe adventures.
Safe. Fictional.
Tuka glances down at her bandaged legs and sighs.
Damn, getting shot up like this again. And you threw me the shield and everything. I ain't used to shield, so I don't think I used it right.
It blocked your core, which is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I just, I feel like I should have been able to do something with it, but...
I feel like I should have given you a bigger one and also not left. So, hindsight's 20/20, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm still just not used to fighting people as much as beasties. That's why I used a glaive, because, in the tunnel,
Keep them at range.
you keep them farther away from you is safer. Some of them got some armor, but glaive and Corey weapon cut right through that, so further away you stay, the better. Especially if you, trying to keep it quiet. You don't want to attract attention, and then you just try to take them all out before they even know you're there. So with a glaive, you can hit a bunch of things at once usually, and to fight before it even starts, you don't need a shield, so
That's a good point.
harder to do with people, and usually not trying to kill them outright.
Usually, but
Yeah.
She throws her hands.
She shrugs.
Maybe I should have been in pacification, but you gotta be a regulator for a couple years before that's even an option.
If that's what you want to do,
I
I
don't...
think you'd be really good at it.
Yeah, probably. I don't even know what to do anymore. None of this makes any sense.
Rasmus was looking for me while I was knocked out for days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It didn't sound bad this time.
Oh, what happened last time?
It was a vaguely threatening stairwell conversation.
How'd she threaten you?
It's just her presence. She's just a lot.
She seemed kind of like a badass to me, but...
I mean, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not mincing words about that, but she saved my life the other night, I'm pretty sure. And Roth was saying that she thinks I've been lacking the proper tutelage. And I don't really know what to make of that. Aside from she might think I'm a big old mess without Joel around. Which is a fair point.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Guess you gotta talk to her.
Oh, I guess. Something occurs to Athena. She talks lower than they have been. Why don't you want us to talk about those yellow eyes with other people? Is it just because they're ghost stories? They might not believe us.
Her eyes do flick around as you're talking about this, and she lowers her voice.
Partly that. It's sort of known. If you're a Cassian, and most of them don't know about it, but the few who do, the people who delve a little bit deeper, it's just unsettling. I think it might have started as superstition. You don't talk about it. Maybe it won't get you. That sort of thing. People know there's monsters, but this thing's smarter. It can hunt. We don't know what it can do. We don't even really know what it is.
Might be a lot of somethings.
It might be. I don't know. That's sort of the problem. It's a Cassian job. The regulators are in charge of the defense inside the city. We are in charge of, the Cassians are in charge of protecting it from what's below. And if everybody knew what was down there, well, I think there'd be different kinds of problems. People freaking out about it, they really see how bad things are sometimes.
Are you okay if we tell the team about it? Because we gotta keep a beat on how many of these eyes are showing up. Because damn, we're only missing a couple colors and we'll have a full fucking rainbow down here.
You say that and she looks visibly uncomfortable, purses her lips, shifts in the chair, looks out the window as she's thinking.
I think everybody who's on the team we ain't gonna tell Bolt nothing.
No,
That'd be a
Bolt's
terrible
not on the
idea.
team. He's at the head of the team.
That's even
She
worse.
She shakes her head
Yeah,
and grits her teeth.
sure, I trust you to know. I guess ain't no harm in telling the others as long as they know they ain't supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Rolf knows, because, he close with Lizeth. They
Yeah.
talk even. It's on a need-to-know basis. And I don't know everything, but it also seems like just because somebody's in a certain position doesn't automatically mean they gotta know about it, So
Mhm.
not every proctor knows, not every delegate, whatever. They make a judgment call whether the person should know about it or not, but we just try to keep the number down, and I just don't want it getting back to Lizeth that, I've been telling a lot of people, because I don't know how she feel about that, and sure, I give her enough reasons to be disappointed.
Nope. Athena shakes her head and looks at her very squarely. You're being very hard on yourself for someone who is in an excessively trying situation.
Well, just because a situation's hard don't mean all the rest of the rules go out the window, I break enough rules. I messed up enough. I'm just trying to do a couple things right. I told you about it because I think you need to know. So, yeah, if the rest of the team gotta know too, then yeah, sure.
It won't go past us.
I hope it doesn't.
I won't even tell Silas if you don't want us to.
What's going on with Silas?
Fuck, I have no idea.
Athena, I don't really trust him. I get a weird feeling about him. I don't like that he's in charge of us. I don't like having to report to him. He just give me the creeps. I don't like that he been inside some of your heads, messed with your minds. You okay with that? I mean, everything you told me, everything, says that you should not be okay with that.
I am not okay with that, and there's a lot going on with him that we don't know yet. Something's weird, something's off, but we gotta keep him close so we can keep an eye on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I knew him before, I was gone, and he was a pretty normal dude, like a little full of himself, sure, but
Yeah.
I told him to take a nap today, and he did, so feels like he can't sleep because he always has to be aware of things happening because people keep trying to kill him too.
And who trying to kill him? Again, I mean, I know you mentioned this before, but there was a lot of information, so some of it hard to remember.
She scratches her neck and says purple out of the side of her mouth, a little embarrassed that she's now wrapped up in that color as well.
Her eyes widen at that.
What does that mean?
You've told her the connections of purple, like
Yeah.
back to Olivier and stuff like that.
She has no reason to hide anything from Tuca.
Okay.
So if Olivier trying to get rid of Silas too, what did he do to her?
I don't know. He says he doesn't even think he's met her. So maybe he fucked with someone lower down on her ladder and maybe it would just be to put someone else in his seat.
Is it weird that kind of makes me feel better?
I don't think so.
Tuca shakes her head.
Well, she trying to get rid of him too, then I guess that means we got some form of solidarity.
She's got a lot of influence and a lot of different interests, and we gotta figure out what they are real quick. Do you know anybody in the tunnels named Sarosky?
She pinches her face in concentration before shaking her head, and her white, bristly feathers shuffle, make a rasping noise as she does so.
No, that don't sound familiar, but I mean, there's a lot of Cassians, and it's been some time since I've been down there, so Could be somebody new.
She sent someone named Sarosky down to the tunnels to do some kind of looking around at stuff. And that doesn't surprise me quite as much anymore, because she seems, if that message was to be believed, that she knows how your dad died. So maybe she's connected to that too.
Yeah, she blinks at that and says, yeah, that was weird. She did say something about that, didn't she?
Yep.
Having not occurred to her until this moment. I think that, again, takes the wind out of her sails.
But, I mean, if she knows about it, what does that mean?
We're gonna find the fuck out.
That means she knows something about this yellow thing?
Oh, there's only one way to know. You just gotta go have a little chat.
Yeah, little chat.
Athena huffily crosses her arms, just thinking about this bitch she never seen but can approximate what she looks like.
Tuka bares her teeth a little bit, runs her tongue over them, closes her jaws, continues looking out the window. You make your way off of the train as it hums down and gets level on the platform. The city is dark and quiet. This is a slightly busier area, but the market's quiet at this time of night. And you are able to make your way towards your apartment.
Wonderful.
We get a moment of reminiscence here as you have exited this stop with Tuka only once before, and it was right before you got shot to ribbons on that bridge.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a reprise tonight.
Not to ribbons, but you took a bullet. Say you can arrive at your apartment without any further complications.
Oh, good. Good. She goes in.
Obviously, Tuka allows you to take the lead because it is your home
Checks
that
out.
you are leading her to. You open the door to go inside.
Yes.
I guess. You open the door, the first thing that hits you is the smell of seared meat. And yes, I think after your trying time, it is ambrosia for the nose.
That's so nice.
And there's sizzling coming from the kitchen. And you look over and Pavi's in there, tossing a skillet. And Pavi, your childhood best friend and cohort, is not nearly as tall as you. She's probably closer to Tuka's height, although I think Tuka, when she's standing taller, is definitely taller than Pavi. But Pavi is part Ori, part Nakir. Pavi has more of a copper toned skin. Her hair is like a red-orange with gold tips, just like her mom, Rui.
Rui's a treasure.
Her eyes are the same yellow as the tips of her hair, but they are Nakir eyes, so the eye is a solid yellow with vertical snake-like pupils. She's got seams at the edge of her cheeks as her mouth can open wider than normal.
She's
and
got
she's
those big chompers.
got those big chompers and the fangs, and she's got a rattle in the back of her throat that goes when she is angry or stressed.
A blue tattoo.
Her blue tattoo that goes over her cheeks and the bridge of her nose with a couple of dots on it, which is the counterpart to yours. And her hair is cut in, what would you call it, like a short bob, but the dangly tips in the front.
Oh, fuck. She has some, like bangs with longer side danglies. I don't know anything about hair.
That's fine. That's good. She'll definitely come to give you a hug before you get to her. It's a very tight hug. One arm around your shoulders, one arm around your lower back, and she pulls you close. And you're much taller than she is, obviously, so.
Athena would try to pick her up on a normal day, but she's already been running on her slightly stiff leg for hours. Mm-hmm. She's just hugging real good.
She gives you a hug, and then as she's pulling back, she has a soft smile, and she notices that someone is behind you and looks around you and says,
"Oh, hi, Tuka."
Raises a hand.
"Oh, I like your stick."
Tuka looks at it and says,
"Thanks. I'll just go sit down over there,"
and shuffles off to the living room to leave you guys together.
Pavi, Tuka got pretty hurt tonight. Do you have any of those crystals that you crushed up and then jammed into me? You got any of those?
And her face changes from concern, worry, and then talking about that, she furrows her brows a bit, bites her lip, and says, I might. I'm gonna have to go check.
Okay.
I'll
come with you.
I'm sure I have something lying around, but she's already been hurt. I don't know if I want to try that.
Oh.
How bad is it? And she'll turn the burners off on what she's cooking and come out to join you guys in the living room area to get a better look at Tuka.
Athena sweeps a hand at Tuka's legs.
Oh, what happened?
Icy little shotgun.
Oh, that's bad.
Just squints and nods with a slightly open. You know what I'm doing? Like what I'm doing right now, like
Yeah,
a worried agreement.
I wish Roja was here. She could do this much easier than me.
Should I go find Roja? I don't know where she is.
Tuka groans, says, "No.
All right.
You're just gonna give me the business forever."
She'll give me the business this time. Which is oh man, we finally got on a good foot. I'm just.
No, it'll be fine.
Fuck.
I'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
She don't gotta know about it. I'll be fine. While this is happening, Pavi is undoing the bandages to take a look and just poking at her leg a little bit, rubbing her neck in a worried fashion. Okay, well, let me go check the garage, the shop.
Do you want me to come?
Sure,
Okay.
as long as Tuka's going to be all right.
Are you gonna be all right, Tuka?
She gives you a tired look, but nods. I'm not expecting any more visitors, so she'll be fine.
Zadal is upstairs. He does have a gun. I maybe wouldn't go upstairs right now. Couch is good for you to be in.
Yeah.
Yup. We're gonna be right back.
Yeah. And Pavi leads you out and down the stairs to the shop. Yeah, so, thank you for the note. I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
Why is, Zadal locked in your room? And why is he... It sounded like he was maybe talking to himself. Or, I don't know, maybe singing?
He was singing?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure what's going on.
I got home, and he had broken in and was on the couch and just not doing super well because he has to keep staying awake to keep the island subterfuge going. So he's been awake for days. He's probably really fucking out of it. She is not touching on the drugs.
Pavi is walking down the stairs and opening the door to the garage shop as you guys are having this conversation, and then she begins to rummage around. It's dirty down here, but not grimy. There's maybe
It's greasy.
It's greasy. There's rainbow patterns here and there for dust speckles, a number of tools arrayed on different benches around, hunks of machinery just strewn about, taken apart into different pieces, and a workbench or two with things that appear to be in progress. And she just begins rummaging, looking for stuff.
Well, I am not a fan of knowing that he came by uninvited and let himself in and has a gun.
Yeah.
That, I'm thankful that he's, trying to keep a lid on things, but this is our house, Athena.
I know.
That's not okay.
Would it be more okay that I gave him a key so he wouldn't break in?
Whatever she's holding, she smacks down and it makes a clatter, and she looks over her shoulder up at you with an indignant expression and holds a hand out, and she says,
"Are you just handing out keys now?"
Only the one.
Why does he get a key?
I think he needs help.
He needs help getting into our apartment. Apparently not.
There's kind of a lot of weird stuff wrapped up right now.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, I should have asked you first.
Turns around and starts rummaging. No, it's fine. I know you wouldn't have done it if you didn't have a good reason.
Nods her head like, yes, good reasons.
Yeah. As she's rummaging around, one of Pavi's characteristics is she does not have the pointy ears of the Nakir, but she does wear a set of basically gold-colored earrings that slot
like
over
cuffs.
here. Yeah, they're kind of like earring cuffs that end in points, which she wore growing up because most of her extended family is Nakir.
She
and
wanted to blend in.
Wanted to blend in more. You note that both of these now have red light on the tips, and they, instead of just sitting on the edge of her ear, run down the back of her ear and to her skull.
Huh. Athena has no tact. She will comment immediately. That's new.
Oh, this. And she holds up whatever she's rummaging. It's a piece of metal.
No. And she taps the tip of her ear cuff.
And she starts a bit and says, yeah, that's new. Mm-hmm.
What? Did you figure it out?
And she breathes out a sigh and stops rummaging for a second and stands up. And she says, sort of, yeah.
Athena cocks her head a little bit and squints at her. Like, not accusatorily, just questioningly.
Yeah, she's hugging her elbows as she leans against the workbench, and she says, I didn't figure it out on my own.
What do you got help?
Yeah.
Is it from Rex?
Yeah, Rex helped.
She squints. I'm gonna do an insight on that bullshit.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, Rex helped. Yeah.
All right. Spirit. Roll your spirit.
God damn it.
Oh, she is a wild card.
I need to Benny this.
Okay.
It's garbage.
I'll give you a +2 on the roll, whatever it is.
Oh, good. It's 4 then.
You got a 4?
Yeah.
All right, she got a 5.
Damn it.
Holding up another bench.
Yes. 7.
Okay. She is not being entirely forthcoming.
Pavi.
Mm-hmm.
Pavi.
Yeah, and she has turned around and is rummaging through.
I think she leans.
Find those crystals. No,
She leans onto the workbench with like a hand on her hip and her other fist is like on her cheek. Rex helped, huh?
Yeah, he's always enthusiastic about my new designs.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else who would have been?
You're like off to the side as she continues rummaging.
She's got like one of those cat faces. You know what I mean?
Sure. She blushes a little bit, just in the cheeks right there, and she says, "Does it matter? I figured it out, and it's done. Okay."
I'm curious about it. Who helped?
She breathes again and she says, "Listen, it's a weird situation. I haven't talked to them in a while. It's... Oh, are you okay?"
Athena sees writing on walls.
She
on all of the walls.
Turns to you, quirking an eyebrow.
Who was it?
Just an old friend. I don't talk to them much anymore. It was a weird falling out,
Is it an old friend named Hachi?
You blurt that out, you big mouth.
Yeah.
And,
she doesn't have that as a hindrance, but it is core to her essence.
You're not required to. You're not incentivized to do it, but it's good. You can have a Benny for your utter lack of tact with your friend. You say that, and she knocks a metal can of maybe screws and nails and stuff, and they clatter onto the ground. She says, "Oh, shit."
Athena does a little round-up gesture, and they all fly back into the can.
And she watches that happen in surprise, does not expect that, and then says, Oh, good. And turns and blinks and then reaches over and just knocks the can off again and then bends down, bends down to pick
Damn
up.
it, Bobby!
Where did you hear that name?
I've heard it a bunch of different places. It keeps cropping up. So I've been meaning to ask you, but I also wanted to have more tact, but apparently I've run out of tactful time.
When you say that it's been coming up a lot, she does turn back to you with a mixture of confusion and concern, but
mostly just family stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, it was Anji that helped me. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She finishes collecting the thing, scoops them back into the can, sets them on the workbench, and then distractedly continues rummaging, but I think it becomes clear that after she picks the same thing up 2 or 3 times, she's not...
Her brain's not in it.
Yeah, she's not focusing on the search. She's just focusing on the pantomime right now.
Athena just lightly touches her shoulder. You want to talk about it?
Not especially, no.
Then we don't have to.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds better. Yeah.
We don't have to, but maybe it would be good for everyone if we did.
She puts a hand on her hip and one hand over her eyes, and she says, "Okay, all right. What is it? What's going on? What do you need?"
What happened with you and her back then?
Maybe she's holding a wrench in her hand now and is just gripping it with two hands as she fumbles, and this time she actually does find what she was looking for, which looked like a bunch of Cori crystal shards that are just in this little toolbox, and she hefts the toolbox over onto an empty workbench and begins gathering up different scraps and things together as you guys are talking.
What is there to say, really? I was in a bad place after you left, you know? And, I didn't know what to do or think, or being a regulator wasn't the same, and I wasn't the same, and, well, that's kind of when I met Anji. I took some time off from being a regulator. Just, maybe a change of scenery would help, or just doing something different. I wanted to find what I was supposed to do after it was clear that, well,
she waves a hand in your direction.
You were coming back. And, she was like you. A lot like you. Strong, smart, funny.
Yep.
All right, well, smarter, I guess.
Okay.
But funny, confident. She noticed me. She saw me. So, I started spending more time with her. Met other people and
trails off a little bit, shrugs as she continues with busying herself.
Other people?
Yeah, people. Anybody that matters, don't worry.
Oh, you'd be surprised who ends up mattering.
It's cryptic.
Yeah.
And she doesn't speak for another few seconds before putting her things down and turning back to you.
Nobody that's still alive, okay? Nobody that matters anymore.
Oh boy.
It's a rough line of work, Athena. I mean, you've been on the surface, She's a courier. She still does it, but I was working as a courier too, and that's how I met her, because we ended up crossing over with a lot of jobs. It's a small crowd, generally speaking, but you were gone, and I realized how little I had. I got a big family, but they're my family. I don't want to spend all my time around them. Being a courier, it was exotic and maybe a bit romantic. Speed paid. Pretty straightforward. You get a job, maybe you'll probably understand, mercenary work, but you get a job, somebody wants you to take something somewhere or pass on a message, or it was always different, and that was one of the fun things.
Variety,
yeah. You were rarely getting shot at. Sometimes you weren't getting shot at, but it takes a certain kind of person to do that. So most everyone I met, bold, strong, daring, living on the edge. It was exciting. It made me feel alive. Anything for the first time in a long time. And, I fell in with a crowd, I guess you could say. Stories for another day, but mostly it was Anji. And then, who did you hear about this from, anyway?
My aunt, my grandma,
Guess that makes the most sense. They'd really be the only ones to know about it. I mean, everybody in your family knows, but...
All I really know is that you guys tried to pull some kind of casino heist.
She bites her lip real hard at that.
Yeah, it's the long and short of it.
Was it because of me?
Because of you? What do you mean?
My grandma, I think she was implying that you were trying to get money to find me or something. I don't know. I've been very internally guilty about this for weeks.
Rumples her nose and...
Maybe, yeah, that was part of it, but I just sort of got roped into it. I mean, I wanted to. I wanted to, but I didn't want to, and maybe part of me knew that it'd be easier for me because I knew a couple of people. It was a disaster. I really don't want to talk about specifics, but...
Sure.
Your aunt and I guess your grandmother helped sweep it all under the rug, which included Anji taking off and not looking back, and a lot of my friends disappearing. She
is ringing the wrench again.
Well, as much as they were friends, I guess. Bunch of stupid idiots. All of us.
Handles things a bit more roughly as she begins smashing a Cori crystal into powder.
I don't think Athena knows what to say. I think she's quiet.
Pavi gives a bigger sniff, and you note that she does have a tear running down her cheek.
Well, if she sees that, she's going in.
She puts up a hand and she says,
It's all right.
Well, sure. If you say so, I'm still gonna hug you, though. Because you need one. Looks like.
She sighs and puts the wrench down and comes over and limply puts her arms on you, but
There you go.
thunks her forehead into your shoulder.
Yeah. She pats the back of her head, rumples through her hair.
She starts to cry harder.
Oh no! Fuck! Hey, it's okay.
It just gets worse until it hits a peak where she's just sobbing into you and clutches a little bit harder, cries it out for a minute or two, and then she eventually subsides, but still is just leaning on your shoulder.
She's just got the back of her head cupped in a hand. I got you. I'm here and I got you, and it's gonna be all good.
I just want it to be. Nothing feels all right.
We're still kind of in a transitionary period, right? Things get bad and then they get better, right? That's
They get better, but it doesn't mean they go back to normal.
She pushes herself back a little bit and is looking up at you, and her normally, yellow eyes are probably tinged with a little bit of red, and her face is redder than normal, and she sniffs.
It's been a few weeks, but it's just weird, Athena.
I know.
Back, and I wanted you back for so long, and I'm not the same person. You're not the same person either, but it doesn't have to be the same, I guess. It's just, it feels weird to remember how it used to be, and then have it be different.
Was I gone for too long?
Yes, of course you were. She punches you.
Well,
You're
that's not what I
Any amount
meant.
of time you being gone is too long, you idiot.
I don't know what I was trying to say. And shakes her head.
Better late than never. I'm still glad you're back.
I haven't said this out loud, I don't think. I think she takes both of her shoulders in each hand. Thank you for finding me. 'Cause I was really scared. And I don't know if I would have come back if you didn't.
I didn't find you, Athena. That's the whole point.
You came to find me. You came.
But I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't find you. I looked for so long. Anji couldn't find you.
She was looking too.
I asked her for help. It's not like she had a lot of resources, but she knew a few people. I just still feel so helpless. He almost died, 2 weeks ago? Can't even keep track of it now. So much is happening in such a small period of time, and we still don't know anything, and things keep getting worse. And now Tuka got hurt?
Well, we know why that one happened.
What happened?
Olivier happened.
So what are we going to do about her? Benicia? It's her sister, right?
Yeah, I think she makes like a little motion on her throat and just looks around at tools suspiciously.
I guess so.
I don't know how we can best deal with that. We can offer an olive branch, like, what you were just saying. Or we could deal with it in the way I deal with things best. Because I so desperately want there to be more options. But I was just telling Tuka. On the train over. But I'm really good at a couple of things. And one of them is not being a diplomat.
There's just so many unknowns. I just feel like I'm floating in the water and I can't grab onto anything. But when we were out on that lighthouse, I don't know, that felt good. I mean, it didn't feel good, but it felt like we did something.
Yeah, it felt really good. Except for the blowing up part. That didn't feel as good.
Yeah, I knew you'd be okay.
That's because you've grown into a much better taste in friends with Roja. She's wonderful.
She gets a happy smile at that, and she looks down and she says,
Yeah, Roja, she helped me more than just about anyone. Pick up the pieces and try to move on.
Is she the one that helped you figure out your new dynamite haircut, because I haven't mentioned this either, but it's super cute. It used to be longer, like shoulder length.
You say that, and she bites her lip a little guiltily. Says, no, that was
Anji too, huh?
Yeah, that was Anji.
Well, she's one stylish bitch, I guess.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, fuck, I bet I'm gonna find out.
Heaves a sigh. He blushes a little bit more.
Oh, man.
She
sounds really cool.
I mean, she's a free spirit, sort of, I don't know. Just have a tendency to be impressionable around cool, strong people, I guess.
Javi.
She slaps your cheek a little bit.
Javi, you're the coolest person I will ever meet. I am not cool. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a disaster.
And she's moving back to the workbench to do things again, and she says, well, I'm not arguing that you're not a disaster, but...
but I'm a fun one to watch.
That's true.
like
You got that
explosion.
going for you. As long as you don't get caught in it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was up on the cycle, when all that was happening out at the lighthouse, I still don't exactly know what happened, but I was up in the dark, and then all those orange lights just showed up, and I still don't know what to make of all that, but I think they responded to...
Waves the wrench off to one side where her bike is, and you see the speakers on a shelf nearby.
I think they responded to that. Huh. I don't know why.
You know, Roja mentioned you'd said something about that when I was waking up. Maybe we can use that to find more orange, she says, very resigned.
Maybe. I was going to follow the boat to see where they went, but then, well, then you got hurt, and I didn't want to leave you.
I bet that's not the last we've seen of that boat.
Probably not.
It'll crop back up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be something fun for us to go and do. Some rumbling around like old times.
She turns and smiles.
Yeah, maybe that would be good. I'm sorry that I couldn't help you when that happened. We're lucky Tuku was there.
I told you to drop me there. You were just doing what I asked.
Yeah, but...
That was just a bad judgment call after some wicked fucking donuts.
It was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun.
No, I just mean, in the old days, it was just you and me, so if something happened to me, I knew you'd be there, and if something happened to you, then, I could look out for you, so I guess it was just another reminder that things change, and... Anyway, I'm glad Tuka was there. That's all.
I'm glad that we've chanced upon a good group of people here.
Yeah.
Athena squints at that.
She shrugs at you. What?
Just sounded a little non-committal.
I mean, Athena, it's... We things ended up okay out on the lighthouse there, but let's check a few names off the list here. There's you, there's me. Roja is trustworthy, for sure. Zadal, he's an inquisitor, but I don't really know anything about him, and now he has a key to our apartment, my home where I live and sleep, and apparently is armed at will, so that makes me uneasy. There's Silas, I don't know if you're including him in all of this.
I wouldn't have been.
Good. There's Bolt, don't know if you're including him.
I was mainly including the folks in our apartment currently, plus Roja.
Alright, well, Chuka is strong and determined, I don't doubt, but I don't know if she's making any better decisions than we have been.
Then we're on the same page.
That might be true, but it doesn't make me feel any better still. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You're right. It could be a lot worse than it is, I guess. We're all alive.
It could
still.
just be you and me and Bolt.
Oh.
So when you look at it that way, oh boy, I'm gonna have to talk to him tomorrow. She says, shaking her head like she doesn't know how that's gonna shake out. Can I tell you a secret? She says, leaning in very close.
She turns to you and quirks an eyebrow.
Oh, Sadal and Anji used to date.
I think she drops the wrench on the table again and turns to you with wide, kind of incredulous eyes.
They what?
That's what he said.
You're joking.
No. I wouldn't joke about weird connections like this.
I think
I'm not doing a goof.
She's standing there with her hands on her hips in the way that she does, and her mouth is open. Her eyes are just darting around like she's just kind of a statue, like doesn't know what to say.
You good?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Pavi? Did you and Anji used to date?
She bites her lower lip and she says,
We had a thing, kind of.
Pavi.
What?
Scandalous.
Why is it scandalous?
Because you didn't date a lot. I think she's relaxing into like Hal's mode, sort of like waving a hand, looking at her a little sly.
It was lonely. And
Is she nice?
She shrugs.
Is she nice? Aside from all the law breaking.
Yeah, I mean, she's fun. She's kind of fire, you know, just this passion to her and vibrant, maybe?
Glimmering, maybe, she says.
Shut up. She just made me happy. She made me believe in myself after, I don't know, but yeah, she was involved in some things I didn't fully approve of, and there was some friction there. So I think when the plan fell apart, it was just an easy break for her.
Was it an easy break for you? Doesn't seem like it.
No, it wasn't. She shrugs. There's not much to say. She got out while the getting was good. I can't blame her for that. Things went sideways, and I don't think there's anything she could have done to help the rest of us. Athena, I'd be dead if it weren't for your aunt.
And she turns to you very seriously and says, I'm not exaggerating. I would have been shot dead. They would have killed me.
That's kind of the vibe I got.
Nods her head a little frantically.
Yeah. Well, part of that was getting back on the straight and narrow.
Did you go back to regulation right away?
No. Too much baggage for that.
Do you want to be a regulator now?
I don't know. I mean, mostly I got into it because you were doing it, and it was fun, and I liked helping people. I still like helping people. I don't know what else I'd do. Well, no, I don't know what else I'd do, really.
But it seems like you have an idea of what you do.
No.
What?
I don't! Stop pestering me!
No. I mean, if you liked courier work so much...
No, I can't do that
burnt
anymore.
Bridges.
Burnt bridges, more like scorched earth.
Oh, fuck.
I'm Athena, it's not so much that I can't go back to be a courier, it's just that all my friends are dead. There's nothing for me there anymore. Just bad memories and doors I'd like to stay closed.
Well, then I'll put an extra lock on them for you. We don't have to talk about that ever again.
At least not for now.
She makes a little lock, approximate looking thing in her hand out of some metal from the bench.
She smiles. Athena, have you ever had a group of friends or maybe business associates just die? I mean, you're a mercenary on the surface, and from what you said, you're kind of a loner. I knew you and... what's his face?
Isaac.
I know his name.
I know.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I mean, we've had friends die. It's regulation, you know, it happens, but I don't know. It wasn't a part of myself that I'm particularly fond to remember, but just because we were doing bad things doesn't mean they were all bad people, you know?
I know.
And I get the feeling like regulation is so black and white a lot of the time. Shoot first, ask questions later, and there's something freeing about that, you know? Where it's just easy to fall in line and do that, and not ask the hard questions, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's not the right thing to do. I think it was the right thing for that Strickland bastard.
Oh, for sure.
But they weren't bad people, especially considering they were only trying to rip off LaraCorp.
Yeah, if anybody should be ripped off, it's a LaraCorp.
Yeah. Don't take this the wrong way, but I can't believe your fucking aunt puts up with that, let alone sits at the top of a Larazord.
It's a family business.
Is it?
Isn't it?
She shrugs at you. I guess that's up to you, isn't it?
I'm quite obviously not embroiled in that sort of way.
I guess not.
I've got irons in too many other fires.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Why did you immediately think it was Anji?
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know. You noticed that I had this, and your first thought when I said a friend was Anji.
She's been on the brain, and I only know two of your friends.
I guess, but why's she been on the brain? Just because you heard from your aunt?
No, Zadal and I were talking earlier.
Oh, right, you said that.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care. I don't want to know.
No.
About them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't involve me.
Didn't seem like it lasted a super long time or anything. For whatever that's worth.
Well, that doesn't surprise me for some reason. It's hard to keep up with. She's, well, I don't know if flighty's the right word, but she's always on the lookout for something new. Excitement, you know. She's, I guess you could call her an adrenaline junkie. Although, you know, she is Arrow, so she doesn't really have adrenaline.
I think sometimes adrenaline is more of an emotional state, is what I've found. Because I'll tell you what, I too dip toes in that quite substantially on the surface.
Maybe that's one of the reasons she reminded me of you.
Oh man, I don't think I want to meet this lady. But I know I'm probably gonna eventually just bump into her. Well, we live in a cave.
Well, yeah, but there's enough couriers that it's not like you're gonna run into every person. You don't even know what she looks like.
I don't.
Well, there you go. It doesn't matter.
But she'll know what I look like. That's awkward.
Well, how would she know what you look like?
I don't know. Everybody seems to.
You make a lot of assumptions. You're pretty full of yourself, Sedaris.
I think it's just because I've been in the paper too much. I'm getting a real big head.
Oh, you know, that's a fair point.
She nods very worried.
Weren't you supposed to do an interview or something?
She makes a face like she just tasted something like a sour warhead. I don't think that's a good call to go on the fucking news.
Well, maybe not.
They have to know I'm not good at talking. They're gonna trap me.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do, I guess. Well, I don't have any needles lying around. As she's looking around for things with this dust here. I wish Roja was here.
I could go get her.
Can't go to her with all my problems.
Won't she be proud we've solved a problem without her?
Yeah, you know, she probably would be.
Tuka, eat this dust. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, you shouldn't feed this to her. No. This is more like a salve. This is.
Oh.
I need to pick some plants from the garden.
Oh, okay.
Mix it with this and then do some fine tuning.
I trust that you're gonna do some wonderful work.
Well, let's hope so. Yeah, we've left her up there for a little bit. We should probably go back upstairs.
Yeah, I got it. Him too, I think.
Yeah, he didn't sound very good.
No, I mean, he's been awake for like 2+ days, and he was helping Silas figure out all my shit for like a week or two. He's rough.
You say Silas, there's an immediate change in her posture. She's scraping things together and looks a lot more tense.
You good?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm very not okay with how he handled any of that.
She stops and puts her palms flat on the table.
I'm not either, Athena. He's just using us. I mean, he's already done that. He was in your head, he was in my head.
Why would he put so much effort into fixing me?
What do you mean?
Why would he care this much? He could have just let my brain explode.
Could have, but from what you said, he was interested in your old memories, right?
I guess.
Maybe he thinks you're connected to something else.
I mean, I probably am.
Isn't that what he said? Because he was worried about being attacked by people with purple eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that maybe he's trying to use you to do something? I don't know.
He's definitely trying to use us to do his bidding. However, I think he needs us.
I don't care what he needs.
No, I mean, I think he needs us. So we have some power here, too. It's not one-sided. We are a bunch of people. He's just one dude who's probably still taking a nap.
I don't know what to think about any of this, Athena. I don't trust him, and I don't like that he has say over anything that we can do. And she points at one of her ears and she says, and this better work, because I'm out of ideas.
We could always test it at a less trying time.
Well, better test it soon. Anji's
Here,
not a psionic.
let me stare at you real hard.
I feel very uncomfortable. Is that what it feels like for you when someone tries?
It just feels warm, usually. Is it warm? Am I breaking into your brain with all my powerful psionics? I'm a late bloomer. She's got her fists balled up, just squinting at her real hard.
Oh, well, you're quite a delicate flower.
Oh, thank you.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him to keep his word, and I think we have to have these. We have to make sure he can't get in to control us or mess with us at all. And I don't know what he's gonna do once he knows he can't control us that way.
What can he do? He can't control us that way.
He's still the Oculus, Athena. He could control other people. He could have a whole another secret task force of people that are doing his bidding. I mean, he has to. He's the Oculus.
He has to.
I just don't know what to think, and I feel like we're trapped, and I don't know what to do anymore.
Sometimes you're in a hole, right? You're in a hole and you
Oh,
just gotta
God.
keep digging deeper.
Oh, God, with the hole.
As she talked about the hole
I
before
don't
with
know.
Bobby, I think so, probably.
Probably.
You just gotta keep digging deeper and then maybe you find a tunnel you didn't know about. That's what the Cassians do, right?
Yeah, except they find monsters.
You can kill monsters. That's easy.
Maybe we should be Cassians. Be easier, right?
We'd be good at it.
Why did we get into this?
I don't-
So confusing.
Someone had to.
Yeah.
I've got a weird amount of faith in our team and what we're doing. Weird in that I have more faith in them than I've had in anything for a very long time. Except for Isaac, who's, for all I know, dying in a tunnel somewhere.
Yeah, where is he?
Couldn't go and find him. Tuka got shot.
Well, I mean, she just shrugs.
I'm-
Pavi does not seem as concerned about this as you do.
Mm-hmm. Athena picks up on that, and she points a finger at her and is like, let me tell you I am concerned.
And you hear it again.
Silas said that there was no trace of Arlen Troya on the island when he took a peek. Nothing. Imprint just gone. Part of me was thinking maybe it's just because I blasted him real good. But then Tuka said that Isaac had all this red lightning going all over him. What if he got Benisha'd?
Pavi squints her eyes and,
That's worrying.
yeah, chews on her lips.
I'm real concerned about that.
But that would mean he's still in control, right? I mean, it's not an ideal situation, but then if we can pull Benish out, then we could pull him out, maybe. We could use him. We could find Isaac, we could get his brother out of his head, and then we could get at him that way, because we'd have all the leverage, right?
What?
Well, I mean, if we can put one thing in a crystal, why can't we put another person in a crystal?
Right.
You killed him once.
Right, but I got locked down real fast. My brain was fucked up for like 2 days maximum, and he's already been out there. So I don't know.
I know he's your friend, but he's also from the surface. One of those tribes. You saw how violent they were.
She takes a hard stop on that with a flat palm. He is the only reason I'm still alive today. To be here. You know how we were talking about people dying? I was the person who was dying. It was always me. And he saved me. Bunch of times. He's good people. Toppers aren't all bad.
Pavi is disinclined to believe the best of any toppers. He didn't do anything explicitly dangerous in front of her. He didn't turn on you guys.
This is true.
He supported you in your endeavor. He did what you asked. Make a persuasion at... Just a persuasion, I think. Yeah, no modifiers.
5.
She looks at you very seriously as you're talking. Like, she maintains eye contact before she nods, and she says,
Okay, yeah. I trust you. If you trust him, I'll trust him. Sort of.
That's better than nothing.
She shrugs. Yeah. Well,
He's good people.
yeah.
I gotta find his other brother. Maybe I should ask Laverna to do that. I don't want to spread her too thin. Especially since I'm not paying her.
You're not paying her. Would you just threaten her?
Well, a little bit of that. A little bit of internal restructuring of her account status.
Oh, pulling strings.
Yes, I'm a very influential businesswoman, you know.
Who is,
Running Pantheon?
Yeah.
No one. I need to get Isaac.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We don't even have an HR officer. That was his job.
HR? You have HR for mercenaries?
Every company worth its salt has ineffectual HR.
Well, then I think you're set,
Yeah.
right?
Oh God, let's go upstairs. I gotta go see what Zadal was singing about. If he was. I'm sorry I gave him a key.
Listen, we've already sort of established that things are weird and we've gone over it. Just be careful. You know, this is still your home, but it's mine too. And I don't want to know that there are people who could just show up whenever they want to. You know, talk to me, but don't just give keys out. That's not okay.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to take it back? I doubt he's a pretty tired fellow right now. He might not even remember I've given it to him.
She rumples her eyebrows at that, but says, listen, you gave it to him for a reason. You said he needs help. If he's roped into this too, and we're all in it together, then yeah, you're probably right, but if you think he needs it, then just let him have it, but no showing up with guns drawn, no waiting for us in the dark.
Yeah,
if that's
I
what
made
happened.
That. Yeah, this probably won't make it feel any better, but he did almost shoot me a little bit, which is why I took him upstairs and put that lovely sign on my door.
I'm more worried about you than me in those circumstances, based on your track record.
Well.
And she nods towards your scars, I think.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to be a hard ass about this, but
I was just worried about him. I don't think he has a lot of other people, you know, and because he was having a tough time and he showed up here even though he didn't even know if anybody would be here, and he didn't know when I was going to wake up because he couldn't check on me, so he just came here, I guess.
She looks skeptical, and this is the first place he decided to come.
Yes?
Okay. She still has a skeptical look, but
Athena is not looking at her. She is examining the bullet holes in her bike, flicking some dirt off.
why are you being all coy?
I don't know the meaning of the word.
You want to do a spirit for me here?
I?
Also 5.
That goes to Pavi,
I
doesn't
think it goes to Pavi.
Oh, fuck.
Narrows her eyes at you. You sure there's no other reason that you'd like to share with me, maybe? Repair some broken bridges, Open up a little bit, make up for giving out a key,
Oh, I think...
She takes a couple of steps closer to you.
What does she look like when she's smug?
I feel like she also has kind of that cat face. It's a smug smile that tugs at one half of her face. I think the seams of her mouth open up just a little bit wider than normal, so you can see the glint
It's like
of teeth.
a Grinch smile.
It probably is kind of like a Grinch smile. Her heavily lidded eyes, raised eyebrows, just looking very sure that something's afoot.
Athena's very sweaty and doesn't like emotional confrontation. She leans down to look at her bike like, wow, this is really dirty.
Oh, it might be.
No.
Oh, look at you all uncomfortable. Comes up and puts a hand on your shoulder and gives you a couple pats. I guess some things don't change,
Athena sits down on the seat of her bike and is tapping her bicep, but I think she's also tapping on her tattoo and maybe making it light up a little bit by accident.
Which makes Pavi's tattoo light up a little bit too, I think.
It's a habit she got into on the surface that she's forgotten that she can't just do now.
Yeah, I think you're doing that. Pavi crosses her arms and leans against a bench as she looks at you, and the blue light of the tattoo streaking across her cheeks and the bridge of her nose rolls in time with you tapping your fingers, and she looks somewhere between annoyed and amused. Do you mind? And she points at her face.
Athena stops right away because she is a goober and she forgets stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
In the interest of repairing bridges, mate, you already seem to know. You already seem to know because you're really smart. You're really smart and you got good sense and good head on you. And yeah.
I didn't know anything.
Oh, don't you?
Nope.
Bobby, this is really embarrassing for me.
That'd be a shame.
It would be.
So, what are you saying then?
I haven't liked a lot of people, Pavi.
Oh, so what you're saying then is you like him? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I want you to say it though.
I like him. She says.
You idiot.
Why this time?
He turns back to the workbench.
No, why?
The heart wants what it wants, of course.
Drumming her fingers on her legs.
Just a bad time, I think.
Yeah, well, stuff never happens at a good time, right? There's never a good time for stuff, because it's so busy and...
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not lecturing you.
Aren't you?
Am I?
I don't know.
I don't think I am. I think you'd know if I were.
Maybe I'd feel better if you did. Pavi, lecture me. Take me to class. Take me to school.
Well, if you have any big girl questions, you can ask me later.
Oh, fuck.
You know, I'm not one to lecture someone else for poor taste, obviously.
What do you think is poor taste? What do you think is... She's just muttering.
I didn't say that. That's why I'm not lecturing.
From the face down to like her chest, she is red. Everything exposed above her bicep is very, very red right now.
Oh, look at you. Some things do never change.
I think her ears are the reddest somehow.
Oh, Athena. Awkward Athena. That's the Athena I know. I hope he is a nice guy, and I hope him having a key is warranted.
Mm-hmm.
And not a rash, not thought out decision.
I don't know if it was a rash decision.
Oh, so you thought about it for a while. This man you've known for, 3 weeks now? Like, how soon do I give him a key to my apartment?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
You know, the guys who just show up uninvited inside with guns. Those are the really dreamy ones, you know.
No, I mean, maybe.
She shakes her head.
He's nice. I don't know. He's been in my brain, and we spent a lot of time together, and I think he's really, really funny and cool, and I like him.
She turns back to you with a softer expression. She says, well, I hope he is worth it. I hope he's worthy of that attention, is what I meant.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yes, we will. Hey, Athena.
Yeah.
You like the doll?
Fuck off!
Oh, you like the doll. Oh, but he's not as burly as your friend from the surface.
No.
Did you and him ever,
Ever what?
been partners for a couple of years? You ever get into a bad scrape, when you're tired and vulnerable and your life's have been on the line, and maybe he says something cool while he's looking out at a sunset or something? I hear those are things. I've read some romance novels from the surface, but...
It wasn't a sunset.
Oh.
Maybe that's for another day.
Oh, you did? Oh, Athena, good for you.
Here's the thing. We didn't date or anything. We just kind of, sometimes it was nice. I don't know.
I'm not judging.
I love him, but I don't love him like I don't love him. I just love him,
Those are some very loaded emotions.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah.
This is a very tangled situation.
Oh, well, I guess that makes it more personal for you than I realized. How do you think the doll's gonna feel if he finds out? I knew we're jumping ahead here, but...
Athena thinks about that for a considerable amount of time and realizes he might already know. And she says
does not
as
occur
much.
to Pavia. Okay. Does that make it easier then? Because if he already knows, then you don't
Can
have
I just
to...
assume that he already knows? Should I just not ever bring that up?
I mean, you don't owe him anything, Athena. He's some guy who you've known for 3 weeks. If you like him, that's fine, but you don't owe him anything.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't asked you about it from the sound of it.
I don't think he has, but I'm not the most...
It doesn't mean he needs to. He does. Just because he's been in your head doesn't mean he's entitled to all of your thoughts and memories, Athena.
It does make it easier, though.
Well, sure,
I've been
maybe.
explaining myself to people for weeks, and it's exhausting, but he already knows all of it. I guess. That's nice. That's nice.
Gotcha. I guess I can understand the appeal of not needing to worry about that. But then he maybe just knows all this weird stuff about you.
I mean, he probably does.
I guess, then maybe he likes you for who you are.
Right? Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know if he likes me, though.
Athena, I mean, he showed up in your apartment at a time when it was extremely unusual. Let himself in. It's certainly weird, but
Maybe
he
he's just
obviously...
a weird dude. I'm pretty weird, too. I think it's nice.
Yeah, you're made for each other, that's for sure. Good luck.
Thanks.
You weirdo.
She just gives her a hug with her anxiety panic sweat. She's gross.
Pats you with a dirty wrench hand.
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
A nice evening of the scales.
Mm.
Tuka's upstairs. I probably shouldn't have left her alone so long.
Let's be off then.
Let's be off. And not... I hope my grievously embarrassing personal secrets have lashed a few ropes onto the bridge we're fixing. Did that do anything for you? I'm not very good at analogies or metaphors. Or was that either of them? I don't know.
I appreciate you opening up about your emotional vulnerabilities.
And I'll never do it again!
Very awkward
with
of you.
anyone!
It's delicious.
Ever!
I don't believe that for a second.
You shouldn't. Because I'm a huge liar.
I know. You nerd. She just turns and laughs, scrapes together some dust into a pouch. It does not look the same as Zadal's dust. These are like harder fragments. And as she was doing all this, I think she probably mixed a few errant chemicals into it. You know, she went around, pulled some things out of cabinets. One of them looks like maybe it was a first aid type thingy.
This is all very sciencey,
Yeah.
she says, looking down her nose just because she's taller.
Instead of a pouch, maybe she puts it into a clean jar. And she says, well, I mean, Roja was my best friend for a long time, and she taught me a lot of stuff. I learned a lot from her.
I mean, it's not like she can't still be, if that's how you're feeling. I know that's a weird thing to come out and say.
I mean,
But...
Athena, you'll always be my best friend. Just, I don't know.
I think she hugs her one more time and says, shit's weird. I know. I love you, though.
I love you too. I'm sorry. I know this is weird.
Hey, it's okay. This is a situation that's running off the rails, and we gotta grab every bit of good times with our... She makes grabbing motions with her fingers.
I know Roja can be, well, prickly sometimes, but...
Like a plant? She says out of the side of her mouth.
She does her best not to laugh out loud, but...
Is it kind of like a...
Yeah, yeah, like a plant. But she's good, and she'll always try to help the people that she cares about. She's like you that way too.
I mean, maybe that's a through line with all of us, right? We're all here to help. That's what we want to do, so we can help each other too.
Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, who else do we have? Can't trust the regulators, apparently. Can't trust AleraCorp.
Can't trust the Lassica. As they're walking out the door very pointedly.
There's silence.
Good. She shuts the garage door.
Yeah.
There's this rainbowy speckled liquid in this jar sloshing around as you go upstairs, and you enter back into the apartment.
Probably gonna get some shit about that one, huh?
Your funeral.
It might be.
She goes out on the porch and picks a bunch of things, brings them back inside, tears them up, mashes them up, begins to combine it with the liquid, goes over to Tuca, who is sprawled out on the couch, but very carefully not putting her legs on anything.
Aw.
All right, put your legs out.
She starts to dab at the wounds, and... oh, shit. Oh, boy. Okay, so healing removes wounds less than an hour old. I feel like it's probably been...
It's been over
more
an
than
hour.
an hour, yeah.
Fuck.
So
this... greater healing. She doesn't have that power.
She doesn't have the power.
But she has Gadgeteer.
But Gadgeteer only allows you to cast powers up to 3 points, so she can't do that.
Shame.
But let's play it out in character. Pavi is dabbing this salve onto her wounds. You know, it's sparkly like a rainbow as she does this. And Tuca is grunting each time, you know. Pavi cotton swabs over one of these perforations, and Pavi's brow knits together in concern, and she says,
I don't know, it's not working.
Oh.
I thought with the plants maybe it would be okay, but I think they're too serious. I don't think I can help.
I think Athena's rubbing the back of her neck, because she doesn't know anything about healing.
And Pavi looks up to Tuca and she says,
I'm sorry, this isn't really my thing. We should probably find Roja.
This was on me. You healed me once in a trying time, and I don't know, man. I don't know.
Glad it worked then.
Yeah, me too. I was dying.
And Pavi pats a non-wounded section of Tuca's leg and she says,
I'm sorry, Tuca. I wish I could help.
And Tuca's been grunting and groaning in pain this whole time. She says,
Oh no, it's fine. Oh boy, it might just be worth waiting. Getting an earful from Roja.
I will divert any earful. Maybe she's still at the spire. I have to go and check anyway, because I gotta go back.
I think she's probably still there. With everything going on, she pushes herself really hard, you know. They have doctors on staff, and she's not, you know, like a medical doctor, but she can do a lot that a conventional doctor couldn't, so whenever there's, you know, a crisis, she sort of takes it upon herself to help.
Maybe I ask her to come over here. You guys just have a fun girls' night and de-stress. And I'm gonna beat up our prisoner until he tells me everything I need to know.
Prisoner?
Yeah, Nakir guy.
Oh.
Tuca and Pavi exchange a glance.
Yeah, I guess,
I had Bolt carry him so many blocks back to the spire. I'm not letting this lead go dead.
Well, if it can be of use.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna go check on Zadal real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
You go up there and Pavi starts conversation with Tuca, just sort of like,
Hell, I'm cooking. I was cooking. Yeah, if you want to.
That was a good dying off.
Thank you. So you go upstairs, you crunch the doorknob.
She'll knock first because she does not want to get shot.
What is it?
Athena.
Oh, and it's like, it's muffled from behind the door. You may enter your own room.
Wonderful.
You have my permission to come into your own room.
Excellent. I'm glad. She goes inside.
Okay. Everything looks like it's in the same exact place, including Zadal.
Checks out.
There's still just a bunch of those metal flowers around. Yeah, otherwise he's still just sprawled on your bed.
Hey, welcome home. How's it going?
Making me yawn.
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
yawn.
sorry. It's been a long day. What time is it?
That's a good question.
Nah,
Late.
never mind. I don't care. I don't want to know.
Cool. Are you doing okay?
Yeah. Yep. Totally fine. 100%. 110% fine. Yeah.
She wants to look and see if his gun is off or on.
It's on the bedside table. Does not appear to be turned on right now.
Good, hiding all of her trash books. Tonight didn't go super hot. Didn't find Isaac Still don't know where he is. Tuka's downstairs. She got very shot. She's gonna be okay. I'm gonna go get Roja. And I guess I'm just gonna be at the Spire for a while.
Oh, okay. Tuka got shot.
Yep.
Oh, well, she'll probably be okay, right? That's kind of a thing, isn't it?
Getting shot?
Yeah, getting hurt. That's sort of the impression I got from, everybody. And Roja.
I don't think it's really her fault.
I'm not passing judgment. I don't tell people what to do for fun. It doesn't sound fun to me, but whatever.
Fuck, I came up here to get something. I don't remember what it was.
Mm.
She snaps her finger and goes to her dresser and gets clothes that aren't bloodied. Because she still would be.
Gotcha.
Probably.
Yeah.
From Tuka helping.
Yeah.
What I've been imagining for a standard under sort of dress for wingsuit wearing regulators is like a little turtleneck with no sleeves so they can...
A tactile neck.
It's a tactile neck.
A short sleeve tactile neck.
I feel like it would chafe quite heavily if you put a wingsuit right on.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. So I think she goes and fishes one of those out that is not moth-eaten.
Sure.
Just to be presentable. She will not change in here. She'll do that somewhere else in a minute.
I was going to ask.
Some guy came and found me. He had a message for me from an unknown dude that name-dropped a lot of people and knows I'm involved in all this at the very least. And I don't know what to do about that. He sent it through a Pantheon messenger, though. Funnily enough.
Well, that should be easy enough to track for you, right?
It should be. I need to... Oh, boy. I should have put somebody in charge of our servers. I just assumed Isaac or I would always be around to handle it, but nobody's got a hand on this wheel right now.
I mean, did you ask him?
I haven't found him.
Oh, right, you said that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm with you there, but I don't know what you can do from here. You could talk to the fun lady. What's her name? The one who's in the...
And he points at your music box.
Oh.
That one?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can ask her. I just assume she already knows I'm curious. She projects that.
Oh, she's not feeling too talkative right now.
Nope. Doesn't seem like it. But I'll get all that figured out. Could I ask your expert psionic opinion on something?
Oh, sure. I love being able to show off my expertise.
So Troya didn't leave an imprint on the island, right? That's what Silas said?
I didn't see anything when I was there, but Silas was... I mean, I was there, but... Yeah, Silas got his damage control pretty fast, so who's to say?
Tuka said that Isaac had a lot of red lightning bullshit on him before she pulled him away, and his brother didn't leave an imprint on the island. So I'm wondering if his imprint is in Isaac's brain.
We're talking new territory here. This ain't stuff I'm too familiar with, but if I had to guess, I'd say, why shouldn't it be possible? If somebody can get stuck inside that pretty little ring of yours, then why not an unprotected brain? That's, if it's a brain thing,
Yeah.
Eating people's brains, all that good stuff.
We need to get the team augmented and shored up in the brains, is what I'm thinking. Pavi got one.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
She figured it out.
Yep.
Maybe that'll save some time and trouble then.
Maybe?
Leans up and looks at you.
Oh, what do you mean? You sound kind of weird. I mean, not that you don't always sound good, but you sound kind of weird.
Right
When
now?
yeah, I mean, when you said that. Yeah, is that weird sound again? You hear that?
Yeah,
He
it's
sort of
weird.
looks around. Pretty sure it's coming from you.
Maybe it was a moth.
His expression changes at that and he flops back down.
That ain't funny.
I'm sorry.
Take a Benny for putting your foot in your mouth there.
Yeah, that's not great. But I'll take it. Pavi got some help with it. Got some help finishing it up because, man, Pavi's so smart, right? She's so good at designs. But sometimes she just needs a little help
Mm-hmm.
from a mutual acquaintance.
Ah, shit.
But good news, we know who to go to when we need brain help, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, you're talking about Anji, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to make sense.
No, you're
Make
fine.
sure, yeah.
Mhm. It's a good double check.
I'm too tired to read between the lines. I mean, she's talented.
She seems pretty cool. Pretty cool lady, she seems like. Cracking her knuckles on the bed and one of the flowers just crumples in on itself.
Oh, that one must be out of season.
Sometimes flowers just wilt. I don't know what to tell you.
But he's looking up at the ceiling and he's nodding. He says,
Yeah, she's,
he pauses for a minute.
cool as, what's that thing called?
Cucumber?
Oh, that's it. I was gonna say a cucumber.
That's pretty close for a guy that doesn't eat.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a cool cucumber customer. If Bobby knows how to get in contact with her and she's willing to help and it works, then, I mean, we gotta. I'm just surprised that she was able to find her, because usually if she wants to stay off the grid, she does. Or maybe maybe I'm just not good at my job.
I think you're plenty good at your job.
Well, you say that.
But I say that because I've had first-hand knowledge of it.
Yes, I'm very good at entrapping people within their own minds. As a goof. Defense mechanism.
Spooked me pretty good when you did that the first time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I thought I was done for.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, here I go, back to the spire.
What are you going back for?
I gotta go get Roja.
Why?
For Tuca.
Oh, right. The shot thing.
Yeah.
Sure. She's gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna try and deflect as much of that onto myself, because Tuca doesn't need that right now. And I guess I'm gonna go interrogate that guy while I'm there.
That sounds fun. I'm gonna continue trying to stay awake.
I'm gonna try and figure out how to shut down this island investigation as quickly as possible so you can go to sleep.
Standard investigation lasts 2 or 3 days, so
We're so close.
can't be much longer.
Well, let's see if I can meddle and make it a little quicker.
You're really good at metal. Yeah. Be careful. Okay? I don't want you to get blown up again. Stay away from REITs.
I'm not sure if that one's up to me.
No.
Rasmus wants to talk to me, though.
Oh. I mean, be careful. Silas said that, something was messed with her head.
I'm hesitant to trust any of them, but
You can trust me. I'm pretty trustworthy, for, a psionic genius such as myself, rated very highly with my trustworthiness scores.
5 whole stars?
If that's your rating method,
That's
sure.
probably as high as it goes.
You say so.
I'm gonna get out of your hair.
All right.
Athena takes a quick lap around her room, looking for anything else she might need, or, PKW, as it were, phone's keys wallet, but she doesn't have a phone anymore. Never mind, that doesn't apply.
But it makes sense that she would still be looking for that because that's her routine, right?
I think she does miss having a phone.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like, hey, if you were to ask me, hey, do you want to not have a smartphone? I'd say no, fuck off.
Be that as it may. She looks over at her music player covered up by a shirt, and she remembers what Pavi said earlier. She turns around to Zadal and asks, "Were you singing earlier?"
What? What?
Narrows her eyes a little suspiciously.
No.
Do you like to sing?
I mean, I ain't too good at it, but it distracts me sometimes. Sometimes.
I'm not very good at it either. Pavi just said she thought she heard something up here, and I just wanted to see what that might have been.
That could have been me, yeah.
And it was the building just creaking in the wind. There's no wind down here.
Yeah, I was thinking through that, and then you spoiled the surprise.
I didn't want to make you work too hard for it today of all days.
I know, I appreciate that.
I was singing, and then, Zadal is casting his gaze around the room as he thinks, and you watch the speed of the Corey gas in his eyes fluctuating, and after several seconds of him coming up empty, your music player crackles to life, the one that you're standing right in front of.
Without even looking at it, she just wrenches the shirt off of it and turns around a little resigned.
Yeah, and a voice comes through the music box.
He was serenading this room with his lovely voice, and then we decided to have a little chat.
Pickle,
Hello.
did you know
That,
that the music we used this week was all Crockett and Waveshaper? Waveshaper has a new Twitter handle.
Do
Important to announce.
how do you twit at him?
At Waveshaper_SWE.
That's harder to say.
It is harder
That's
to say.
less convenient for us, but so
However,
convenient that they allow us to use their great music.
So nice, which you can see more of at waveshaper1.bandcamp.com. As always, the incomparable Crockett at crockett.bandcamp.com and at Crockett80s on Twitter.
Huzzah.
So that's some good fucking news.
I'm gonna miss saying huzzah.
You can say as much as you want, baby.
Huzzah!
We are on Twitter at RPG for you and me. I am on Twitter at UCTheHat. I've been posting some art from the show. I don't know if I should implement a spoilers tag because I don't know how many of you people are actually looking at it.
Yeah, do you guys want a spoilers tag?
Let
Just
us
Allie,
know.
do you know how to do a spoilers tag?
Yeah, you just tag it. Blank
I don't
spoilers.
twit.
We are also on patreon.com at patreon.com/RPG for you and me. Still searchable. We're still out there.
Still searchable.
And we'll have another after credit scene, as it were, after this outro, suggested by one of our $10 and up patrons. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, but there are 2 special patrons, as always, or as usual, I guess.
Michael
And
Earth.
thank you, Michael and Earth, for being supportive in what we do. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
And we hope you're enjoying season 2.
Means a lot to us. We're always happy to have you here, and we appreciate your support.
Hope y'all doing well.
Hope you guys are all doing well. That's not just for Michael and Earth. But
That's for everybody, but
all
especially
y'all.
Michael and Earth.
all of you everywhere, well doing, hopefully, yes.
Also, thank you, Denmark. We were charting in Denmark for quite some time. I don't know how, but thank you for listening.
Thanks,
We
guys.
see you. We
Yeah.
see you on our chartable updates. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Pinnacle Entertainment Group? You know what they make?
Pegs. Pegs Incorporated. No, sorry.
You know, you're close.
Round pegs for square holes. Is that how that works? No, it's a square peg and a round. The Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Savage Worlds. They make Savage Worlds.
Thank you, Pinnacle. Thank you, Pinnacle Entertainment Group. That's our cat Sue. I don't know if I can get her out of this one.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed the dulcet tones of our sweet, sweet girl.
She's so good.
Our sweet cat, who's the best kitty. I bet you guys have pets that you love too. Maybe they like Neon Heat. Put it on for your pets. It's not fit for your ears. Maybe they'll like it. You don't know.
That is my favorite fucking plug for this show.
Allie's losing her shit, so that was obviously worth it.
Oh, maybe they do like it.
Yeah, we're very animal friendly on this show. Have your pets ever met a giant ram with steel wool? Of course not. That'd be ridiculous.
It'd be so silly.
It'd be silly. You know what else is silly? Having your pets listen to a podcast for you. Here's the thing. They won't spoil it for you.
That's true.
You can have them listen ahead, tell you when the scary parts are. It's okay. We don't have any scary parts. But
Yeah,
there's...
Sue,
okay.
you're right.
She's calling us, you guys. We gotta go. I'm sorry. Well, we hope you guys have a really nice week, and we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good to me.
Be good to each other.
Please. We're all we got.
That's all we got. We're all here together. Drifting on this spaceship Earth. I don't know if that's copyrighted. It can't be, right?
I know Spaceship Earth is definitely copyrighted in Disney World specifically, because that's, the Epcot ball ride.
On this, this rocket vessel to the star, through the stars on which we are standing, this this space Earth. Okay, our cat's losing
Okay,
it.
goodbye, guys. Enjoy the scene. Farewell.
Bye.
See you next week.
Athena, Tuca has asked if you want to go along with her when she goes to her scheduled tattoo appointment.
A scheduled tattoo appointment. Of course she would go.
Oh, it's great, because you guys are there.
Wonderful.
At the tattoo parlor.
What's it called?
The Crooked Needle.
It sounds like a bad tattoo shop.
It's an old city. It's a small shop front. Maybe the sign itself is also crooked and it's trying to go for like a
tongue-in-cheek kind of thing.
Sorta, yeah, but not quite pulling it off.
Gotcha.
You guys walk in and the person in charge of the establishment and presumably who will be doing Tuca's tattoos has tattoos all over their body.
Do they look good?
His tattoos, the ones that are visible, yeah, look pretty good. The art that is hanging around the shop, you know, the different examples and stuff, there's just a wall of designs to choose from, and Tuca's looking over that stuff.
So what are you thinking? There's a lot of stuff up there.
Oh, yeah, well, I got this design that I want to have him do.
And she pulls out a piece of paper. It looks like a sigil. It's like a spear crossed with other hunting implements, and there's a crystal on it similar to what you would see on like the regulator or the council badges.
Nice.
Like, yeah, it's a crest of one of the groups of Cassians that goes down in a tunnel. No, I'm a regulator now, but I did that for a long time, so it's still a part of who I am.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I thought it'd be fun. Something I never done before.
What color are you gonna get it in? Will that shift with your scales?
That's a good question. I
Probably
guess we
will,
gonna
right?
find out. I mean, I'm gonna get on my arm. Worst case, and just take it off.
She goes over and chats with the guy and hands him the design, and he gives a confident nod, and she sits down in the chair, looking away, while she talks to you, and the guy sits down and starts to tattoo. He goes,
Oh, that stings.
it's just bzzz in
Hey,
the
you're doing
background.
great. You've been a bit bigger scraps than this.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps going on. At one point, there's like a small jostle, and you see him stiffen, and then his eyes sort of flick around really quick, and then he goes
Oh,
back
that's
to
not lost on Athena. I think she squints her eyes very dubiously at this guy.
completely averting his gaze, not looking at anybody.
Can she see the tattoo?
Yeah, you start to go around. He's like, "Oh, it's best to wait until you see the finished product." There,
Wouldn't mind taking a peek.
I have to insist. Just hang out over there, you know. Otherwise, we might need to ask you to hang on while your friend is here.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, pal? Sure. She gently pats Tuca's shoulder.
Oh, how it look? Looking good?
You know, probably he didn't let me look at it. She
Oh.
says very pointedly.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Don't you worry. And you can kind of glance around, and like it's taking shape. Like it looks sort of on point for what she's going for, but it's hard to tell early on. She'll just chit chat with you while this is happening. You know, maybe asking about family stuff and just trying to keep her mind occupied.
Right.
How much longer?
How much longer, pal?
We'll get there when we get there.
Didn't seem like it was that big a
And then buries himself in his work. Yeah. And after a while, it's like, all right, don't touch this. I gotta go. I'll be back in just a second. Maybe somebody walks up at the front, and there's a little ding on the bell as another person enters the shop. Put a pad over it.
You want to peek at it?
Maybe you better. I don't want to. If it's nasty looking right now.
Might be. I'll take a look.
It's sort of like somebody who hadn't had enough protein today was trying to trace over it. So
Fuck.
it's like a little wobbly at parts, a little askew.
Jesus.
Kind of hard to tell with the color palette of her skin currently.
You know? Yeah, that's a tattoo.
Oh yeah, it's a tattoo.
Yeah. It's yep.
You're sort of waffling a little bit there.
No.
Are you, come on, it can't be that bad. She turns, really gonna make me look.
And she turns it up and she's sort of squinting her eyes and says,
I can't, it's upside down. I can't really.
and she does like one of these, like she's trying to stretch her neck
Stretch her
and move
neck
her
to go
arm
long.
to like,
Her neck is long.
it's a little longer, but she's just trying to get a better angle.
Maybe,
She looks very worried.
Athena has a plan.
What's Athena's plan?
She pats Tuka on the arms like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get you a soda. I hear it. You don't want me dehydrated after getting a tattoo. That's a thing, right? And she leaves.
I don't think this how... You walk out before she comes in?
She wants to find the tattoo guy.
I mean, he's still just like right up front. It's not a very
Oh,
big
yeah.
shot,
That's maybe not your best tattoo there, pal.
He's just finishing talking to somebody else who goes over to look at the wall of art, and he turns around, and he's a little heavy set, balding on top, no mustache, just like a little 5 o'clock shadow, and rest shaved head, and he looks at you with bleary eyes and says, well, I'll still gotta finish everything up, so maybe you ought to wait outside for your friend. Hmm?
You know what? You goobered up my friend's arm pretty bad. Fuck me up too. At half price. Sir.
Listen, if you're gonna get a
Sir.
tattoo, you gotta pay. You're not even scheduled to be here.
She just leans in a little closer and says, half price, I think, would be much preferable.
To what?
Maybe she just makes her eyes glow a little bit. Can I roll an intimidation on this guy?
Sure.
7.
His eyes widen just a little bit, and he does almost a visible gulp and says, all right, since sure, all right, I'll do you a favor this time.
Ever so generous, thank you.
You look back, and Tuka's still just like trying to twist and look around at it, glances back up at you, and gives kind of a weary thumbs up.
She walks back into the room. She's like, I just double booked myself. I'm getting one too.
That don't really seem like a good idea.
Tuka, I'm getting one too.
Here's the thing, Athena, I can get rid of this and grow it back. You can't.
It's a tattoo. It's fine. It looks great.
Yeah, I really do appreciate this gallantry you're trying to show me right now, but I don't really want you to, deface your body to try to make me feel better about a
I'm
bad
sorry. I
job.
thought you wanted matching tattoos. I thought, this is fine.
I mean, that sounds cool, but shouldn't they be good?
Sometimes stuff's not always great, but then you look on it fondly, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was thinking about right on my butt right here. What do you think? Is this a bad idea? No.
She
She's just desperately trying to make Tuka feel better.
pinches her lips together and is trying not to laugh. You're a brave woman, Athena Sedaris.
This is one of the least brave things I've done recently. It's not even a problem.
All right, well, maybe you don't always think things through too much.
Things have ended up real good on a lot of occasions.
Well, I hope this is one of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna get a little regulator badge.
Oh, so it's not a matching tattoo.
Well, it's matching in the theme, right?
If you just want to get a tattoo, then feel free.
Is this a bad idea? I don't want you to chop off your arm to get rid of a tattoo,
Shoot,
Tuka.
I don't need to chop off my whole arm.
I don't know how it works, Tuka.
I mean,
I can't chop off my arms.
That's what I'm
Damn.
saying. I don't get it. You can't chop off your butt either.
I don't know what. Athena's very confused about what to do because she's already intimidated this man. I kind of gave him the business, Tuka. I think I'm in it to win it. Yeah, I think I'll get a tattoo today. Why not?
Today from making mistakes.
I don't think it's a mistake at all. What color you think?
Maybe we flash forward to them walking out of the shop. Did you get the tattoo on your butt?
No, I don't think it's on her butt. I think it's on her high thigh, maybe. Just below her hip on the side. So she can't wear a swimsuit anymore without being embarrassed. But I think...
Quite a bullet she's taken here. Maybe we just get one last shot of them walking out, and Tuka has a big smile and has her arm around your shoulder, and your thigh hurts.
So much. It hurts so bad.
You've successfully cheered Tuka up.
I love Tuka so much. I'd get 1 million tattoos for her.
If only you had 1 million butts.